Fires it out, and Gorkuber's got it. He's out past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40. He can go all the way. Oh my goodness. Floater received by Dory. Set up by Simple. It's the left side attack here. That one is good. Played here by Eisel. The middle Simple. Back row attack by Jewell. There it is. Hadley Jewell gets the 25th kill of the night for her. For Alexandria. Sends it right on a line. A header and a goal. And the Cardinals score again to make it 2-0. Now East Grand Forks trying to clear. Here's a shot and a goal. Now here comes Ali Habla through and she'll score. Back look here. Penalty flag. And now an interception. And here's a rollout. Now Thompson's going to fire right side. Mason Gorkuber's got it. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Alexandria. That comes over to Wilson and across. Here's a shot by Milquist and a save made equalizer. Now one team will keep it in. Getting into Andrew Correnta. Correnta will fire a shot and a goal. With a face down. Boyd brought back into the outer's end. Wilson bringing out front. Now here's a shot and a score. 4-point Alexandria lead with 90 seconds to go in the first half. Line 0 for 3. Last two baskets have been three-pointers. 57-53. Now Goucher on the drive. Puts it up and in. Here's Howell on top. Now driving. Big on Goucher on the left wing.
Good evening. It's time to deliver a hip check to Lars Larson on KXRA.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Be gone! Put it on the board! Yes!
So that we may bring you Alexandria Cardinal boys hockey.
Warriors, come out to play.
The Cards begin Central Lakes Conference play this evening at the Runestone Community Center. Alexandria renews the on-ice rivalry with the Brainerd Warriors. These teams played a pair of close games last winter. The first was at Brainerd and ended in a 2-2 tie. 2 was not a magic number late in the season, as the Cardinals won on their home ice over the visiting Warriors 3-2. Fast forward to the present. Alexandria is under new leadership, as Dr. Landon Olson moves into the role of head coach, succeeding Josh Myers. The Cardinals are seeking their first victory, as are the Warriors. Both stand at 0-2 entering conference play. Yeah, boy, KXRA Sports Director D-Mac Dave McClurg and
Jeff James.
My name is Jeff.
are at the Runestone Community Center with JP Boline on the video camera for our YouTube broadcast. It's the Cardinals versus the Warriors. Stay right here for the Jutter Motors pregame show. On the way next.
Wings up.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
My name is Jeff.
James.
My name is Jeff.
James.
Jeff.
James.
My name is
Jeff.
my name is
Jeff James.
Wings up. The 2024-25 Alexandria Cardinals begin the boys hockey season with a quartet of home games before having a sustained road trip later on in the month of December. Alexandria has played at 2 of the games on the home ice at the Runestone Community Center. Matchup number 3 begins the Central Lakes Conference schedule for the Alexandria Cardinals tonight. It's Alexandria versus Brainerd in the CLC. It should be a fun matchup. As Steve D mentioned ahead of our broadcast here, these teams played each other very tight last year. The Cardinals winning 3-2 here in Alexandria back in January, while in late November of 2023, Alexandria made its annual trip to the Essentia Health Sports Center, and that game ended up in a 2-2 tie. The junior varsity game is going on right now as we speak. They are actually getting bonus hockey here for the JV matchup as Brainerd and Alexandria are tied 2-2. About 2 minutes into a possible 5-minute overtime. Of course, the next goal is the game winner for Alexandria, or either for Alexandria or for Brainerd. And if they play the full 5 minutes without anybody scoring, then the JV matchup ends in a 2-2 tie. The varsity setup is a little bit different. 51 minutes of regulation time, and then if they are tied, then the next goal is a game winner. But if they play a full 8 minutes of overtime without scoring, then it ends up a tie, regardless of if it's 2 goals apiece, 3 goals apiece, or whatever the case might be. We welcome you to our Jartner Motors pregame show as we come to you through our various platforms, including our live video streaming tonight on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. The Three Musketeers are normally the ones that are here, but we had to make a late announcer adjustment. Jeff James had all intentions in the world today on being here at the Runestone Community Center tonight, but he feels a touch of maybe the winter crud or something along that lines coming on. So he texted me earlier this afternoon and said, D-Mac, what do you think? I can be there, but I don't know if I'm going to be feeling any better than I am right now, and I'm not feeling all that great. And I said, especially with the Thanksgiving holiday coming up, I said to JJ, just stay right there. You can check us out on one of our platforms, and we will go forward, as a broadcast crew accordingly. So Jeff James will be back with us next Tuesday when we have the Alexandria Cardinal boys hockey home game with the Sartell Sabres. But the voice that will be stepping in to join us tonight is one that you might be somewhat familiar with as you hear him mornings on Z99 as our morning announcer there on our classic, or actually today's hit music station, Z99.3. He is an Alexandria area high school graduate from the class of 2018. In fact, played with the Alexandria boys hockey team that was runner-up to Orono in the 2017-18 season. JP Bolin, we are enticing you to do double duty tonight as you'll continue to operate the video camera on our YouTube channel, but we're kind of getting a dry run for the spring sports season in that you'll be my broadcast partner for high school baseball and softball. So welcome to the KXRA radio airwaves in addition to your YouTube duties tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a test run here to see how hard it really is. I know we have some other outlets in our Leighton Media family that, they double duty too. So we're going to try this out. And what better sport to start it than my favorite sport? Yeah,
I am sure this building is one that you are very, very familiar with. You've probably spent many an hour here in the main rink at the Runestone Community Center. But now that you've had a little emotional distance from being a high school hockey player, have you been able to track the Cardinals pretty closely, even when you were a student at Bemidji State and since you graduated from Bemidji State?
Yeah, I mean, when you're an alma mater, I mean, you're going to track the team that you played for. You played for your whole youth years, almost your whole life as a hockey player. So you spent a lot of time here in the community, in the city. And so, I mean, you're going to track them. Yeah, so, I've always spent a lot of time tracking the team, and the last couple of years I've been able to follow the team a lot closer. Covered a couple of their big games, including Brainerd last year when they won 3-2. It was an incredible performance from senior goaltender Metcalf, and Obviously, he's graduated from high school and got a new group in here this year. So, yeah, excited to watch this matchup. Alexandria Brainerd. Can't say too many good words in my high school career. Whenever I played Brainerd, there was, a lot of tension between the two teams. It was always a tough game, and, they were always very, very good competing for their section every year. And, it's just Alec Brainerd in any sport just seems like it's a rivalry.
Being that you were a graduate from Alexandria Area High School a few years back, as a hockey player, was Brainerd your biggest rival, or would you say there was somebody else that was equally as big, if not a bigger rival, whether it be in the conference or out?
Yeah, so, Brainerd was that we had, because they were AA, we were single A, still is that way. So they were a AA team that was on our schedule and every year, and we would go there. They would come here, but usually we'd actually go to Brainerd too. So we had that trip on our schedule for a tough matchup, and they always were. They had a great team. They had great stars on their team throughout my entire high school career. So I don't think we ever beat them, to be honest. But it was always a tough game, always close. And I don't know. There was a lot of teams where you would consider that being AA, not a section opponent. I always valued section opponents a little more than conference opponents when I was playing. Now, you look at it differently too, just going to the section. When you have conference wins, if you win the conference, you're going to be sitting good for section playoffs. But Little Falls was always a team because they were in our section when I was in high school. Little Falls was probably my biggest rival. Also, Fergus Falls was always difficult too. There was a lot of teams. I could go on and on to talk about all the teams. That were tough to play. It's high school hockey in Minnesota. They're all. There's really very rarely any easy wins.
And as I recall, and maybe you can correct me because my memory starts to fade as I get later in life here, but I believe it was in your senior year, late in the regular season, you were actually a post-game guest with me for our broadcast. Bob Kniff was broadcasting with me at that time, but I recall I think you and your Alexandria Cardinals that night carried a 1-0 lead deep into the third period, and then the dam kind of broke late, and I think Brainerd may have gotten a couple of goals and then either the empty netter or a third score that came late. But I want to say with about 6 to 7 minutes to go, Alexandria was up 1-0. And again, Brainerd had a very good hockey team that year, as did Alexandria. But, I think it was a harbinger of things to come. Mm-hmm. That might have been one of the nights where Ian Resch kind of looked at your performance and maybe helped to formulate in his mind that you might be the guy that we're going to go to in goal when we get into our playoff run.
Yeah, that was a great game for confidence. I always, I'm a weirdo. I'm a goalie. We're all weird. And, I always liked competition where you go into their barn and their fans are loud and they're mean. And it just, the energy was always just brought. And Brainerd was that place. You're playing twice on the same side with the fans, with the student section, and it was a loud student section. It's a loud barn. And, yeah, Brainerd was that's probably one of their best years in any year that I did play against them. That was probably the best that they were. They had a pair of triplets of boys, of brothers who were excellent. They were all very, very good. A couple great defensemen. They had a great goalie. We hung in there for a long time, and I think eventually they scored 2 goals. And actually, an old pal of mine that I played summer hockey with was the one who scored the game-winning goal in that game. I remember that very unfondly. But, it was a good game, and it struck a lot of confidence in us, in me, and,
The JV game, as we were conversing here, did wrap up, and nobody got the game-winning goal in overtime. So the JV matchup ends up a 2-2 tie. The varsity teams are warming up on the ice right now. I anticipate it'll probably be around 7:10, somewhere in that neighborhood, when we will get the varsity matchup underway between Alexandria and Brainerd. And JP, this is a situation I kind of look. It's almost like the teams have mirror images of one another. Both playing a lot of first-year varsity players here to start the winter season, and both are in search of their first win after starting 0-2.
Yeah, and both coaches had a lot of they gave their team, not the coaches, but just they have a very tough schedule to start the season as well, and they're getting tested early, and One of these teams are probably going to come out with a win unless we have the same result as the JV game and it's a tie. But, I mean, these two teams have been having a really hard start to the year. Alexandria has been home all year. I mean, they played Bemidji, Orono. Bemidji's never easy. Orono, they're a top 10 team in state in single A. So, and then you look at Brainerd. I mean, they played Rockridge, who's an up-and-coming team, obviously used to be Virginia, and they crossed with a couple other teams there. So Rockridge was really good last year. They improved even more. They matured, and they're a really good team. That's a tough game to start your year. And then going to Buffalo, who made it to the section final last year. I mean, it's a tough start for both of these teams who, these guys are young. I mean, there's very few seniors. I believe there's 6 maybe on Alexandria. So it's a lot of learning. It's a big learning curve for a team. It's kind of in a rebuilding stage right now. But with the reputation that these two teams have with their schools, I mean, I hope that the turnaround, and maybe that starts tonight.
It very well could, and keep in mind, Alexandria will be getting back to full strength a little bit, and the new head coach, Landon Olson, and I will talk about that during the second segment of our Jutner Motors pregame show. There are some players that will be dressed up in the jersey sweater for the Alexandria boys hockey team and on skates that were playing at US Bank Stadium as part of the state runner-up in Class 5A, the Alexandria Cardinals. So basically about 72 hours ago, people such as Brody Berg, Trey Peffer, and also Aiden Schneiderhan were wrapping up their football seasons. The great thing is that they got to play in 13 games this year, including Prep Bowl 42, becoming part of just the second Alexandria team ever to play in the Prep Bowl, matching up with the 1994 Alexandria Cardinal team, which also finished second in the state. But they're going to have a little bit of a transition before they get fully into hockey situation here, and Coach Olson and I will be talking about that in just a few minutes. Our thanks to all of the Alexandria Cardinal Sports Boosters presenting this evening's broadcast of Cardinal Boys Hockey. Special thanks as well to Jutner Motors for presenting our pregame show. We've got Steve Diaz, our KXRA studio engineer, back at Master Control. JJ is going to be back with us next Tuesday. Jeff James not on the air with us tonight, but we were able to line up somebody on very short notice. In fact, JP Boline brought up the idea. How about grabbing the extra mic? It's something that he and I are going to be doing in the spring season when he's also doing the live video for Alexandria baseball and softball games. He's going to be my broadcast partner, so we're going to kind of do that test run process about 4 months early before the snow melts away, and we get set to bring you our first Alexandria softball or baseball broadcast in April. It's JP and DMAC with the broadcast tonight on KXRA Radio, the Voice of Alexandria app, and of course you can watch tonight's coverage tonight on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Just find our YouTube channel, click subscribe, and then you get periodic updates when we've got game broadcasts or match broadcasts on the air. You'll get the update that we're viewing it tonight on our YouTube channel, so that's something you can check out as well. Special feature for those of you watching our YouTube coverage tonight, we will have the opportunity to do selected instant replays, and our thanks to Quality Real Estate for bringing you those instant replay features as part of our YouTube coverage tonight with Alexandria hosting Brainerd in boys hockey. Our first break during the Jutner Motors pregame show is ahead. Dr. Landon Olson, the new head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal boys hockey team, will be joining me after this timeout.
I'm a nurse at heart. I mean, I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing.
America's best checking for students. Visit www.bell.bank/student checking to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Pomps Tire Service has solutions for tired tires. Whatever your tire choice, make Pomps your choice. Brakes, wheel alignments, factory maintenance, shocks, and struts. Pomps has your service needs covered. Pomps, we know tires and service. You should know Pomps.
Precision Auto reminds you to plan for the inevitable, the change of weather and its impact on your vehicle. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust the precision of a pro. Precision Auto. On 8th and the Comus, Alexandria.
Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers for 30 years, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings, quality buildings built tough for the Northland. North Central International, heavy-duty truck service on long haulers, dump trucks, buses, and specialized heavy-duty rigs. Medium and heavy-duty parts and accessories for all makes of trucks. Just south of I-94 and Highway 29 South in Alexandria.
Cenex Midtown Express has fresh-made pizza, lunch and breakfast sandwiches, and broaster chicken, live bait, propane, and diesel fuel. Cenex Garfield has groceries, bait, and tackle, and made-to-order pizza. Cenex Midtown Express, Alexandria, and Cenex Garfield.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
On the field, a lot of people know me as number 11. Off the field, I appreciate how First Western Bank and Trust bankers take the time to learn about me and never treat me as just a number. You too can bank where you'll never be just an account number.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
We welcome you back to the Runestone Community Center with more of our Jutner Motors pregame show. We've got the play-by-play of Central Lakes Conference boys hockey at the top of the hour as the Alexandria Cardinals face the Brainerd Warriors. This is DMAC, Dave McClurg, joined by the new head coach of the Alexandria boys hockey team, Dr. Landon Olson. Landon's in his first year after assisting Josh Myers for the last several years. And Landon, first of all, great to be visiting with you for a couple of moments here. I'd like to ask you kind of gauging your excitement on being the new varsity head coach. It's got to be a pretty special thing, especially with how well the Alexandria program has done as of late. But what is your excitement level right now?
I'm extremely excited. Honored to be the head coach. It's a big responsibility. Taking over after Josh had 4 very successful years. I got some big shoes to fill, but I'm super excited for the opportunity.
It really seems like, as I look at your listing of assistant coaches, Adam Olson and Dusty Clarquist are a couple of guys that were part of Coach Meyer's staff as well. How beneficial is it to have some continuity in that respect?
It's hugely beneficial. Dusty and I were on the JV side last year, or the last 3 years together. So we have a lot of continuity, a lot of similar ideas. And with Adam, we have a great relationship where, again, we have very similar ideas on how we want to play and what we expect out of our players. But having that familiarity is huge.
I know that as we get to know a little bit about the 2024-25 Alexandria varsity boys hockey team, for me, there's a lot of new faces on the roster. Some of the guys I know, and we'll talk about this a little bit later in the interview, are multi-sport athletes, and they're coming off a football season, so hopefully you're going to get them back very soon. But with some of these guys that are filling the spots on varsity, have you had the pleasure of coaching them on the JV level the last year or even 2 years?
Yeah, most of them I've coached on the JV level, and they're great kids. They work really hard, and they're just waiting for their opportunity to step in, and that's right now. And they're proving that they can play at this level and be impact players. And it's going to be exciting when we get everybody back to see where we're at. But it's been really fun to watch the kids that I've coached last year to see them progress to where they are right now.
Landon, I know that 3 players that will be suiting up for the Cardinals in the very near future were on the field on Saturday participating in Prep Bowl 42 down at US Bank Stadium. Of course, we make reference to Aiden Schneiderhan, Trey Peffer, and also Brody Berg, very important players for the football team. And I would guess they'll be very important players for the boys hockey team this winter as well. But first of all, your thoughts on having the pleasure of coaching guys that do participate in a lot of different sports. We do see in some schools that there's some specialization going on where guys or maybe ladies focus on just one sport, but yet it seems like you've got a lot of multi-sport athletes.
Yeah, I mean, in high school sports, you always want athletes, whether that's 2 or 3 sport athletes. They're really well-rounded players at that point. With them playing on the football team, it was awesome. I wanted them to bring it home, obviously, but we watched it as a team downstairs after our game against Orono on Saturday to cheer on our teammates, because that's an experience that very few people ever get, playing in a state championship game and being impact players in that state champion game. It was incredible to watch, to see them in a different element. I don't get to see them outside the rink a ton. To watch them thrive on the football field is a lot of fun.
I know I've visited with a couple of coaches this winter here, Landon, that had that carryover effect of a deep fall postseason run, kind of moving up against the winter season. Molly Arola, the head coach of the Alexandria girls hockey team, gave some of the players that were part of the state championship volleyball team the option of when they wanted to come back in, and I believe Jersey Severson and Julia Doherty opted to get right back on the ice. Even the Monday, less than 48 hours after winning the state volleyball title, they were ready to get on the ice and do some work with the girls hockey team. Wendy Kohler, the Alexandria girls basketball coach, had a couple of her basketball players off of the volleyball team get some time off, basically 2, 3, 4 days before they got back into the gymnasium. With yourself and having, 3 hockey players that were also part of the Prep Bowl football team, what's their timeline for an estimated return?
Yeah, we had some good conversations with all 3 of them and came up with a plan that I think is going to work really well. They all played very big minutes in that football game on Saturday, all on defense, and it looked like a bruiser of a game. I think they need some time to recover and heal and even just mentally clear a little bit. So they'll be back on the ice here shortly with the plan on being ready to go on Tuesday, but it's also up to how they feel physically, mentally, and just where they're at. They need a break. They need to be able to kind of decompress from that long run a little bit too. And it's unfortunate for us, but we need them later in the year more than we need them right now.
Very good. Landon Olson, the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal boys hockey team, is joining us as part of our Jutner Motors pregame show. We've got the call of Alexandria versus Brainerd. It's the Central Lakes Conference opener for both teams, and the call is coming up in just a little while right here on a KXRA. Landon, we're, I believe, into the 3rd week since the start of preseason practice, and week number 2 ended up with your team actually playing 2 games to start the regular season. Are there certain advantages or disadvantages of playing on really the first possible night of the season last Thursday when Bemidji came here?
Yeah, there's positives and negatives to it. The positives are you get going right away. You have a week of practice, tryouts. By that time, your kids they're chomping at the bit to play somebody that's not their teammate. The negatives are you only get 3 days of practice. We made our roster decisions final on the Saturday before our first game on Tuesday. So we really had, or on Thursday. So we really had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday practice trying to implement a lot of systems. So you understand you're going to take some lumps early, maybe that first game where you're making mistakes. But it was fun to see the guys bounce back on Saturday and play a really good game on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of dovetail into that. I know that Bemidji won the season opener 6-1, and then your team, I think, got down by 3 goals in the first period against Orono, battled back to tie before Orono had a third period push to come up with a win. Did you see some game-to-game improvement from the first game to the second game out of your team?
Absolutely. The first game on Thursday, we bobbled a lot of pucks in the neutral zone. Nothing was really just clean. On Saturday, our passing was crisp, our skating was crisp. Third period, I challenged our guys on Saturday that we really needed to come out hard, and we did. We missed a 3-on-2 by inches. We hit a post early in the third. Then we gave up a power play goal, and then just a fluke goal at about halfway through where we just had a miscommunication, and that was a difference maker. But I was really proud with how we bounced back. The mental fortitude that we showed by getting down 3-0 in the first period and battling back and tying the game shows that we have a lot of character on our team and that we're going to be pushing in the right direction.
Tonight's game begins the Central Lakes Conference schedule for the Alexandria Cardinals. I know there are a few opponents on the schedule your team plays once, and then there are others, such as the Brainerd Warriors, that appear on the Cardinals schedule 2 times. Do you have a fair knowledge of the Central Lakes Conference, being that you've been an assistant for the last few years, Landon?
Yeah, I do. And even, so I grew up in Alex, so the Central Lakes Conference is a very good sports conference. It's one of the best in the state. Every night you have hard competition, and the goal is to win the Central Lakes. Right, like we have our goals through the year, Central Lakes sections, and then you make it to state. And the first step of that is a Central Lakes, and having that built-in rivalry is huge because we do play them all the time. We play them in youth hockey, and you get very familiar with them very quick, and that can be good and bad.
Regarding this matchup, the Warriors also played 2 games last week. I think their schedule also went Thursday, Saturday, and Brainerd, like Alexandria, is 0-2 coming in. When you get together with the guys in the locker room in these minutes leading up to the game, Landon, what will be some of your points of emphasis here?
Keep the game simple. We need to get pucks in deep. We need to get to work on the forecheck and take care of our D zone. We call the area in front of the net the house, and we need to win the house every play and make it very hard for Brainerd to get in there. But in the end, it's just keep it simple. Play with confidence. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Play on your toes and impose our will on them.
Very good. In terms of special teams opportunities, have your guys been able to get on the power play periodically in the first 2 games, and how have you felt about the way your team has been able to try to avoid the penalty box itself?
Yeah, so I think the first 2 games we've had 4 power plays total. Thursday against Bemidji was understandably pretty rough. On Saturday we got a power play goal. We looked much better. And yesterday we had a really good power play practice. Our penalty kill has been pretty good. We have a new system there that we're trying to develop, and that's part of our game plan today is playing clean, staying out of the box, playing physical, being hard, but playing within the rules, playing between whistles.
Very good. Landon, I will look forward to reconnecting with you next Tuesday as we'll be back at the RCC for the home game against Sartell. Best wishes to you and the Alexandria boys hockey team in the conference opener tonight. I hope you and your family have a very happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
Yeah, thank you. There is Landon Olson, the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal boys hockey team, our special guest as part of our Jockner Motors pregame show. And our pregame coverage is coming to you here on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. We've got the live audio through the Voice of Alexandria app, powered by Mission Mechanical, Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. And being that this is a regular season game, we're also streaming the game tonight. You can check out the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. And there you're going to get the video of tonight's game. And that's paired up in sync with the KXRA radio play-by-play. And the person behind the camera tonight is also getting the headset microphone. If you missed it earlier, Jeff James is unable to be with us tonight. We hope he'll be feeling better very soon. And we wish Jeff and Stacy James and their family a very happy Thanksgiving. JJ will be back with me next week for the radio play-by-play of Alexandria boys hockey at home against Sartell. That's 1 week from tonight. And then the Three Musketeers will be making the trip up to Bemidji on the 6th of December. That's a week from Friday. And JP Bolin, as we bring you back into the conversation, I'm sure you're looking forward to the trip to Bemidji. I understand that being a student up there for the number of years that you were there, in spite of going through a pandemic and everything, you have a lot of good memories and good vibes about visiting Bemidji.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's my home away from home, even though I don't get there very often anymore. But actually, the only time we get there is here with the Voice of Alexandria if we make a trip up there for a game. But, yeah, I mean, Bemidji was special to me in many ways, whether it was school. I mean, I'll be a Beaver for life, and or it was honestly the Lumberjacks too, being a part of the radio station in Bemidji, and got my boots wet on the radio doing my first play-by-play for a radio station up there with the Lumberjacks hockey team, boys and girls. So yeah, there's a lot of special memories up there. You know, up north Minnesota is always a awesome. It's always feels like home, a second home.
And I know that you had the opportunity, I think in terms of game production, you were kind of on both ends, that you were out on site doing the play-by-play, but I think you also served the role that Steve D is doing for us tonight with our broadcast, as he's the studio engineer back at KXRA Radio, that you got a little bit familiar with that aspect as well.
Yeah, that's what got me into, Bemidji there initially. When I first year at Bemidji State, I would intern at K-Bun there in Bemidji, and I would be the board up for. I did that for a couple years, and then the final year I finally got up enough courage and did a couple games. Was supposed to do a couple baseball and softball, but that doesn't happen very often in Bemidji.
Right, yeah. The weather can be a mitigating factor. I'm astounded that the Beavers are able to play as much baseball as they are at their stadium on campus, and then the women's fast-pitch softball team playing as well. I would be remiss, because I come across Joel Hoover periodically when Alexandria and Bemidji are playing each other, whether it be football in the fall or even different hockey broadcasts and everything. But how cool was it to actually, get to know Joel Hoover a little bit better?
Yeah, I mean, I've been very lucky. The two play-by-play people in my life closely, it's been two pros, you and Joel Hoover. So it was a pleasure to work with him. I mean, he's a mentor of mine and somebody who I appreciate a lot that he's done for me. In my college years, he taught me a ton, and he's a guy who, just like you, I mean, he knows the ins and outs of play-by-play and sports broadcasting in general. So he's incredible.
Well, I could speak on behalf of Joel. I think we're very honored that you consider us in such high esteem, and hopefully we haven't poisoned you too much along the way. But let me say that, and I don't want to make this sound like a Valentine over the airways, we are very thrilled to have you with Leighton Media, and I hope the situation with Z99, waking up with listeners of Z99 in the morning is going well, and I know a lot of people have really spoken highly of the YouTube coverage that we're able to feature, and I cannot thank you enough for doing what you've done to make these coverage events of our regular season games on YouTube possible. It's as you point out, we're kind of charting new territory here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's been an incredible experience to be able to cover my my high school team and cover all the sports. I mean, it's been awesome. I appreciate it as well, and yeah, it's been so much fun.
The arena has gone dark here at the Runestone Community Center, so that means we're rapidly approaching game time. They will turn the lights on while the varsity game gets underway here in just a couple of moments, but we will share the lineups for you here as the Alexandria Cardinal boys hockey team is coming out onto the ice. The officiating crew is out here. The Brainerd Warriors are also out on the ice. Let's introduce the starting lineup. First of all, for the visiting Brainerd Warriors, their sophomore goaltender tonight, Griffin Bartholomew, is going to have a special evening because it's his first varsity start tonight. And ironically, for Jared Johnson's Brainerd Warriors, it's the third different goalie that he has used in game number 3. He has also used Aiden Bednarik, senior, and then Dylan Haar, another senior, but it's the sophomore Griffin Bartholomew who will get the start tonight. Coach Johnson's defensive pair on the ice at the start will include Chad King, who has scored 1 point so far on an assist in the first 2 games, and he will be partnered up at the start of tonight's game with sophomore Logan Chiradelli. Now, Chiradelli will actually partner with Jack Leibel as a defensive partnership during the course of the game, but it's King and Chiradelli that will get the starting assignment for Brainerd tonight. And then their forward line will be centered by Dylan Wyckoff. He is a senior who has 2 assists so far for his 2 points. The 2 wings include Xander Peterson. He's the team's leading scorer at the outset with 3 points, including 2 goals. He is a junior. And then on the other side of Wyckoff, you'll have sophomore Richie Pyle, who is a 2-point scorer with 1 goal and 1 assist. Again, Jared Johnson, the head coach of the Brainerd Warriors, he is in his 2nd year at his alma mater. The Alexandria starting lineup will include goaltender Grady Locke, the senior. He is 0-1. He was the goaltender of record in the season opener against Bemidji on Thursday night of last week. The starting defensive pair that will be on the ice tonight for Alexandria will include junior captain Nick Schultz, as he has 2 points so far this year with 1 goal and 1 assist. He'll be partnered up with senior Hudson Carlson. Now, during the game, as we have shift changes going along, Schultz and Grady Suki likely will pair up with one another, and Hudson Carlson's defensive partner will be Sam Jocelyn. The forward line for Alexandria on the ice at the start tonight will be centered by Charlie Basson. He is a junior, a 2-point scorer with 1 goal and 1 assist. He'll be assisted on that line by Aaron Anderson, a sophomore who's a 2-point scorer, 1 goal and 1 assist. And then Cameron O'Shea, a senior, will also get the start for the Alexandria Cardinals tonight. Dr. Landon Olson is the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal boys hockey team. Adam Olson, Dusty Clarquist, and Connor Bussey are his assistants. And Zach Driscoll is the goalie coach for the Alexandria Cardinals. Both Alexandria and Brainerd have yet to play a conference game. That changes in just moments. Both are at 0-2 on the year. Our thanks to Jotner Motors for presenting our pregame show. Jotner Motors will also sponsor our postgame report a little bit later tonight following the play-by-play. And once again, our intermission report, the mid-game report, sponsored by Eldon's Fresh Foods, will air after the 2nd period of tonight's game. Let's hear these words from our Alexandria Cardinal Sports Booster.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
What's your number? I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota. I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, Rx Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Center in Alexandria, Cardinal boys hockey is on the air. We welcome you to the play-by-play broadcast. We've got Steve D in downtown Alexandria at KXRA manning a master control for the radio coverage. JP Boleen is operating the camera here at the Runestone Community Center. Jeff James not with us tonight, so JP Boleen and yours truly, Dave McClurg, looking forward to bringing you the call of Alexandria and Brainerd in boys hockey. As you watch on YouTube, Alexandria will flow right to left in this first period of play. The Cardinals wearing the white jersey sweaters with the black breezers, red and white trim. The Brainerd Warriors wearing the blue jersey sweaters, blue breezers, and the white numerals and trim. We've got a little bit of end-to-end action at the outset here, and then offside is called, and we will have a face-off coming outside the Brainerd blue line. And now Alexandria is going to bring the Grady Olson forward line on the ice as Evan Klimek and Will Thornburg join them. And the Cardinals play the puck into the Brainerd Warriors' end. Warriors digging at it, trying to bring it back out. And now Brainerd will send a diagonal pass up into neutral ice. And looking to play it the other way is Nick Schultz. Now a battle along the wall just inside Alexandria's end. Now the Cardinals come up with it. Evan Klimek is going to send it ahead. And it ends up being a pass too long. And icing will be called. And we'll have a face-off coming up in the Alexandria zone. The junior varsity game ended up a 2-2 tie, so we're just underway with the opening minute of tonight's varsity game in progress here at the RCC.
Biggest thing here for the Cardinals, I mean, you're going up against goalie who's making his first career varsity start. Those nerves are going to be there, especially away, not at home. You just got to put shots on net. And then Alexandria, the biggest thing they could take away from their Orono game last week was scoring. They scored goals against a very good team, so they can score.
Yeah, they did put a crooked number up in the second period alone. 3 of their 4 goals came in the second period of what turned out to be a 7-4 Orono victory. Will Thornburg able to fire a shot at the goaltender Bartholomew, and it gets deflected away, and we'll have a face-off coming up. And it will be to the right of the sophomore goaltender. Looks like the Owen Klimek, Jacob Nicholson forward line on the ice with Miles Breitzman as well. Breitzman battling for the draw against Cooper Katzenberger, and a shot comes toward the net, and it will be covered up by Brainerd's Griffin Bartholomew, and we'll have another face-off in the circle to the right of the Brainerd goalie. And Breitzman again with Cooper Katzenberger battling for the draw here. And the puck is dropped, and this time the Cardinals come away with it. Trying to get a shot off with Owen Klimek, but that got tipped and now played back behind the net. Cardinals will try to keep it in the offensive zone here as Will Thornburg has it. Penalty is going to be forthcoming here as the Cardinals are about to get the first player advantage of the night, and it's going to come very early in the game, a minute 38 of the hockey game, and Brainerd will be assessed the first penalty of tonight's contest.
Yeah, and this is a really big opportunity here for Alexandria. I mean, they got to put a lot of shots, as we mentioned earlier, but just to be able to get an early lead this early, take advantage of this opportunity.
Gage Germanson will be going off for holding at minute 38 seconds. So first power play of the game belongs to Alexandria. It comes out top. Nick Schultz shot deflected off the stick of the goaltender. The Cardinals have Schultz along with Grady Olson on the ice. Will Thornburg is out there as part of this power play for the Alexandria Cardinals. I think the Cards also have Evan Klimek on the ice. And I think Grady Olson also part of this power play. Brainerd for the penalty kill has at the start here Axton Peterson and Olaf Haas on the ice. Xander Peterson is also out there for the Warriors, and Dylan Wyckoff as well. Brainerd wins the neutral zone faceoff, playing it the other way. Alexandria with the breakout. Here comes Grady Olson up the left side. Stumbled a little bit, but still got a shot on the goaltender Bartholomew, who will scoop it up and keep the puck frozen. And we'll have a faceoff coming up in the Brainerd zone with about a half a minute gone in this power play and a little more than 2 minutes elapsed. It is a scoreless game. Glenwood State Bank bringing you our scoreboard updates. Now the face-off to the right of Bartholomew, and Alexandria controls the draw. Nick Schultz trying to feed it toward Grady Olson. It comes back to Schultz. He's going to flip it over into the corner. Now Brainerd tried to track it down, but it comes to Will Thornburg. Thornburg will look to fire. He sends it high toward the goaltender Bartholomew, who will pluck it out of the air, making the save.
Yeah, and they're doing the right thing. They're getting shots. It's just when you're on the power play, you want to get those controlled shots, get them a little closer. Those perimeter shots, they work if you've got structure in front, but just trying to get it up. You're up a man. You can take advantage of that a little bit.
And off the face-off, a quick shot here, and again, Bartholomew is going to cover up. Looks like Aaron Anderson is on the ice now for the Cardinals. Grady Suki is out there. Miles Breitzman is part of this power play. Cameron O'Shea is also out on the ice, along with Hudson Carlson. The Cardinals control the draw. It's going to be played by Grady Suki over toward Carlson, and again firing on the net. And JP, that's what the Cardinals are wanting to do. They're testing out the goalie right away.
They are, yes. And they're working on an umbrella power play right here, too. They got one up top, two on the corners. And you just passing there too much. You can pass too much. And getting shots on net, the more shots you have, the more opportunities you're going to have with rebounds or deflections, anything like that.
Now Hudson Carlson took a shot, and that got broken up, and Dylan Wyckoff comes the other way for the Warriors. Alexandria regains control. Still about 45 seconds to go in the Cardinals power play. Grady Suki gets it up to Miles Breitzman. Now it comes to Aaron Anderson. Anderson working into the zone onside. And now he'll bring it around and take the shot from a tough angle. That gets deflected over along the left wall in the offensive zone. Down to about a half minute remaining in the Alexandria Cardinal power play. Brainerd does clear the puck out of the zone back to neutral ice. Cameron O'Shea will now work it in for Alexandria, sending it out top to Schultz. Then it comes over and across, a centering attempt, and that's broken up. Cardinals trying to jab at it, but Brainerd's going to clear it the other way. That should kill off most of the remaining power play time. Alexandria was able to put 3 or 4 shots on goal, but could not get the first score of the night. Now the team's back to full strength. Weston Heron coming the other way. He's on a line with Rowan Plested and Ryan Heinlein for the Warriors. Now a puck coming back. Here's a backhander by Will Thornburg, and that may have gone off the side of the net. Now the puck along the wall, back in. Thornburg trying to walk along the goal line, but he had the puck poked off his stick. Now a battle in the corner, and it comes back out. Here is Evan Klimek. He's going to try to drop it off. Shot goes a little bit wide. Now a clearing by Brainerd, and it will go back into the Alexandria end, taken by Hudson Carlson. Now Brainerd will try to gain control, and it's going to be played the other way by Chad King into the Warriors, or into the Alexandria end, as the Cardinals break out with it. Brainerd changing personnel. The Owen Klimek, Miles Breitzman, Jacob Nicholson line trying to get some shift time now. Here's the centering attempt for Breitzman. That got broken up. Now a centering attempt again, and Brainerd deflects it. Alexandria able to keep on the puck. Here's the shot, and it's tipped up in the air and gloved out of the air by the goaltender Griffin Bartholomew, and we'll have a face-off coming up. So already in about 5 minutes of play, we have 12:08 to go in a scoreless first period. Alexandria's put 7 shots on goal.
Yeah, and Alexandria, the other thing that power play did, they didn't get one in the net, but it gave them momentum, and it gave them a lot of zone time, and early zone time, just dominant zone time that they've had. That'll wear out a team. That'll wear out a goalie. And, Brainerd's goalie right now is really standing strong, and he looks the part. Does not look like it's his first game.
Yeah, and he has made, again, 7 saves in barely 5 minutes of game time. Warriors looking to break out. The puck comes up into the neutral zone. Now it's going to be backhanded the other way by Gage Germanson. And Alexandria will look to send it out. Now Brainerd will try to get some offensive zone time of its own. The Cardinals able to play the puck along the left half wall back into neutral ice. We're about 5.5 minutes into the first period. It's Alexandria nothing, Brainerd nothing. A backhander here by Dylan Wyckoff, and Locke, the goaltender for Alexandria, makes his first save of the game. And now we got a big hit along the wall as Sam Jocelyn battling with a Brainerd player there. The Cardinals clear it out. Brainerd will knock the puck down and work it back into the Alexandria zone. Now out top, here's Logan Chiradelli. His shot went into traffic but found its way to the goaltender Grady Locke. Now the puck along the wall, and it's going to be tipped out. Bouncing in the air, dropped now by the Warriors. Chad King able to keep it in. And now Alexandria is going to clear it the other way, and we've got an icing and face-off coming up the other way. And JP, I think we saw over the last 45 seconds to a minute, Brainerd has some sustained zone time in the Alexandria end, really for the first time tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's important for Brainerd to get that back, get that momentum a little bit back, and they got a couple of decent chances. Really good job by Grady Locke, though. He didn't see a shot for almost, a third of the period, or a fourth of the period, and he stood up to the task. And sometimes those long periods of no shots, you just want to see a shot, and he saw it and he stepped up.
Now the Cardinals work the puck back to the Brainerd end, and one of the blue liners, Logan Chiradelli, tips it back into the neutral zone. Alexandria trying to redirect it the other way, but Chiradelli has it. He sends it now toward Dylan Wenshaw. Dylan Wenshaw, Kellen Ellingson, and Ben Fields, part of a forward line for Jared Johnson's Brainerd Warrior boys hockey team, which comes into tonight's game at 0-2 on the year. We've now played 7 minutes of a scoreless first period here at the Runestone Community Center in Alexandria. JP Boleen and yours truly, D-Mac, bringing you the play-by-play. JP Boleen doing double duty tonight. Too bad he only gets one salary for it, as he's doing the video work for our YouTube live stream broadcast. Again, our regular season events all winter long, available on our Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Now we've got a delayed offside. I believe the Cardinals Brainerd does get back onside. Now Alexandria trying to play the puck out. Will Thornburg trying to backhand it away, but now it's going to be sliding into the corner. The puck is, and I think we're going to have an Alexandria penalty coming up here. I think the initial ruling is a tripping call, and now the Cardinals are going to go shorthanded for the first time tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be Alexandria's leading scorer, William Thornburg, going into the box here for tripping. But yeah, it was just the stick just got caught up, and it's going to get called. It's a trip, but Alexandria is just going to want to, on a penalty kill, there is momentum to be taken, and they can do it right now. As Brainerd's, they're pressuring a little harder than they have all game, and you just can't give up that first one here.
Time of the penalty in the first period, 7 minutes and 52 seconds. So Brainerd has its first power play of the game. I know Coach Johnson mentioned to me ahead of our broadcast, we want to try to score on the special teams. We have yet to get a power play goal. His team has scored 6 goals this year, but they've all been even strength. Now a blocker save on a one-timer by King, as Grady Locke is tall to the task here. Now another save as the shot by the Warriors' Kellen Ellingson went on goal. Now Alexandria will chip the pass out. It's coming the other way. Possible 2-on-1 developing. Miles Breitzman will backhand it in, and now Ellingson will go back to retrieve it for the Brainerd Warriors. And now a near turnover, and Breitzman trying to control it on his stick, but the Warriors have it back.
Really good shift by Miles Breitzman, just getting that block on the penalty kill, and getting a decent opportunity, a decent look, and then getting off the ice, getting fresh bodies.
And now Brainerd works it back into the offensive zone. Shot from the near side here by Xander Peterson is saved, and we'll have a face-off coming up. Still 54 seconds to go in the Warriors' power play. Looks like Brainerd is going to bring out Dylan Wenshaw. Olaf Oss, Axton Peterson as part of this power play here. 2 other players on the ice for the Brainerd Warriors. I believe you've got Gage Germanson, one of those players out on the ice for Brainerd at the moment here. Now a centering attempt. The Cardinals trying to clear it away. Logan Chiradelli may also be getting some shift time here. Here's a shot, knocked down off the glove of the goaltender Grady Locke, so he's already made 4 saves on this Warrior power play, which still has 25 seconds to go. Now it comes back out on top. A one-timer by Oss, and that gets deflected into the corner, and I think we're going to have another penalty coming up here. And let's see who's going to get the gate. The time of this penalty will be 9 minutes and 32 seconds of the first period, and the Cardinals are about to go 2 players short as Sam Jocelyn is going to get the gate here. And this will be an interference call, and that will come at 9 minutes and 32 seconds. So the Cardinals 2 players short, so Alexandria wants to navigate, get that first penalty to Kellen Ellingson to expire, and then kind of work from there. If Brainerd scores here before that penalty to, Will Thornburg, the one player in the box for Alexandria. If the Warriors score while Thornburg is still in the box, it's his penalty that expires. And now we've got a face-off coming up after Grady Locke makes another save. Thornburg about ready to get out of the box here. The face-off will have Evan Klimek battling for the draw here against Dylan Wyckoff, and the Cardinals clear it the other way. And now we'll have the Warriors going back to retrieve the puck. So about 90 seconds of another power play here for the Brainerd Warriors. Alexandria nothing, Brainerd nothing. Our scoreboard updates tonight being brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. DMAC and JP Boleen doing the broadcast tonight. Here's a centering pass and a score for the visiting Brainerd Warriors. And as much as I may not like to do it on our YouTube channel, we will take another look here at this instant replay, which is presented to you by Quality Real Estate, as Brainerd is able to capitalize with the 1-player advantage to get the first goal of the night. And it will be a score for Dylan Wyckoff, with 2 assists being awarded on the goal. And that will come. Nice centering pass in front that goes to Wyckoff, and the time of the goal will be 9 minutes and 18 seconds of the first period.
Yeah, you mentioned it. It's just a really good pass from behind the net. I mean, that's where plays are made, from behind the net on a power play. A lot of the times you're going to see that. And Brainerd just working in front of the net really well. I mean, we heard Coach Larson talk about it before the game, just protecting the house. And right there was just a little bit of a breakdown. It was a good entrance into the zone for Brainerd, and entering the zone on a power play is the most important thing with the extra man, is just getting a good entrance, and you're set up perfectly then. And Brainerd, you're up 2 and 2 guys, and they had space. They found the back of the net.
So Brainerd scores the power play. Both teams now back to 5-on-5 hockey. That was with a 1-player advantage, by the way, that the Warriors get on the board. So it is 1-0 for Brainerd. And again, Glenwood State Bank bringing you our scoreboard updates. Alexandria with the Miles Breitzman, Owen Klimek, Jacob Nicholson forward line on the ice. They are joined by defensive partners Will Draper and I think Nick Schultz, or is it Schultz out on the ice? Yep, he's also getting some ice time for Alexandria. A stick goes flying, and I believe it was a Brainerd Warriors stick that is about to be recovered as the Warriors look to break out. Now we've got a pass coming up the right side to Rowan Plested, and that goes off his stick as it gets deflected, and now the Alexandria Cardinals trying to work it out of their own end, and we're going to have a shot on goal, and the save is going to be made by the goaltender Grady Locke, which will be his 8th save here in this opening period.
Yeah, and he's looked good here today. He's been calm, he's been steady, and been in front of the pucks. And that's the most important part. Is just, on a penalty kill, that's a tough save to make when you're going from behind the net to right there in front, and he was all alone in front of the netminder. So Grady's been doing a good job here today.
The face-off goes back behind the Alexandria goal. The Cardinals trying to bring it out. Here is Grady Suki getting to the puck. He can't play it out completely. It's going to be kept in here as the Warriors look to establish their forecheck. Now it comes back out top. Ryan Heinlein trying to keep it in. Now he's going to feed it over, and it's going to be Dylan Wenshaw taking the shot, and goaltender Grady Locke will make his 9th save.
Seems like this is going to be the kind of game that who stays, more disciplined might come out on top here tonight. As these two teams, I think it's showing a little bit why they're struggling a little bit this year. Just that undisciplined. We've already had 3 penalties within the first 10 minutes of this game. So just stay disciplined and take advantage of the chances that you get.
Aaron Anderson trying to carry the puck into the Brainerd zone, but now the Warriors redirect it. Now Anderson gets it back. He was trying to weave his way past Axton Peterson, but Peterson was not allowing it. Now it's going to be played back in. The Cardinals making some personnel changes here as Sam Jocelyn will be coming back onto the ice. Grady Suki and Jocelyn, the defensive partners right now. And it looks like you've got Aaron Anderson along with Charlie Basson and Cameron O'Shea. They got the shift time, but now Coach Landon Olson will bring in some different people as he'll come back with the Owen Klimek, Miles Breitzman, Jacob Nicholson forward line. Faceoff will be coming to the left of the goaltender Griffin Bartholomew. We have 4.5 minutes remaining in the first period. It's Brainerd 1, Alexandria no score on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Puck gets dropped, and Brainerd is able to win the draw, and it's going to be played all the way to the other end. And Grady Locke is going to steer the puck with his stick over toward the right half wall. And now Brainerd looks to set up the forecheck there. Puck is being frozen right along the boards. Nick Schultz and Dylan Wyckoff battling for the possession here. Now the puck comes free. Breitzman will feed it ahead. He's going to send it now to Owen Klimek. Then it comes across to the left side to Jacob Nicholson. Nicholson now into the offensive zone for Alexandria. Cardinals down by a goal as we move under 4 minutes remaining first period. Wyckoff coming the other way, and he takes a shot. A save there for Grady Locke. Now it's going to come the other way. Sam Jocelyn has it on his stick, working into the offensive zone. He'll drop it off. Here's Klimek firing, and a save is going to be made there as Griffin Bartholomew makes his 10th save here in the first period.
Good pressure from both teams there. I mean, they're showing a little bit of speed here. Alexandria just seems like the faster team so far. Brainerd is bringing physicality, though. I mean, they're a taller team. It's evident, and just two different kind of styles of play going at it right now.
The Warriors win the draw as they look to bring the puck out of the zone, and it does come back into neutral ice. Defenseman Will Draper will redirect it the other way. A little too long for Grady Olson, and now a turnover here means a scoring chance. A player goes down. Penalty is going to be called on Brainerd as I tell you what, Evan Klimek was right on the doorstep. JP, he almost got a goal in spite of being tripped up.
Yeah, that was really close. I mean, that was a great turnover there by Alec. They've done that a couple of times here tonight, and I think that just continues. They're going to take advantage of that, and you've got a great opportunity here if you're the Cardinals to tie this game up. A huge goal to get some momentum back.
Brainerd's penalty will actually be a hooking call on Gage Germanson, called at 13:42 of the first period. So Alexandria now with its second power play chance of the game. Cardinals, I believe, put 5 shots on goaltender Griffin Bartholomew earlier. Here's the shot that goes off the side of the net. Now the puck comes around. It's going to be kept in. Nick Schultz, part of the power play here for Alexandria. Will Thornburg on the ice. You've got Evan Klimek also out there for the Cardinals. Here's Grady Olson feeding it back. Shot, and that got blocked. Yeah, Cardinals still with the puck. Here's a one-timer. That hit the right post, I believe, off the stick of Evan Klimek, and now it's going to be cleared out.
They're getting good zone time right now, but the one thing I would like to see is just limit the perimeter shots. You know, when you're entering the zone, you set something up instead of taking a shot right away, unless it's something clean. And that was a shot right there that was stopped. That was really nice.
Yep, now we've got a shot from the perimeter that gets blocked, and now we're going to come the other way, and shorthanded Richie Pyle tries to put a shot on goal, and the stop is made. Pyle getting some penalty kill time for the Warriors along with Ben Fields. Olaf Oss is on the ice right now for Brainerd, and player number 5 getting some shift time is Chad King. Down to about a half minute now to go in the Alexandria power play. JP, you were about to say.
Well, just the shot getting blocked from the point, and those are the kind of things where you see, those perimeter shots. They aren't always as effective when you're on the power play. That puck is coming right towards us. Good thing we're up so high. But yeah, it's just those type of things that can lead into opportunities for the other team. It's finding you're on the umbrella power play. That's a passing kind of power play. And right now they're just shooting from the perimeter, and not a whole lot of great A chances so far.
Face-off will be coming to the left of the goaltender, Griffin Bartholomew, as Miles Breitzman battles for the draw against Dylan Wyckoff, and the Cardinals do win it. Now the puck going across the crease area over toward the right wall. Brainerd is about to get to full strength here. Cardinals trying to keep the puck in the offensive zone. Breitzman has it. He'll feed across just a little bit behind the stick of Cameron O'Shea. And now the Warriors are back to full strength. Xander Peterson coming up into the Alexandria end. It's basically about 2-on-4 here. And now the Cardinals back, and they'll clear the zone. O'Shea working his way up the right side for Alexandria. Stops, waits for the teammates to come in. And now a battle for possession along the wall, and Brainerd will play it back into neutral ice. We're down to the final minute of this first period. Working his way in is Evan Klimek, and he'll fire, and a save is made for Bartholomew, and that is his 15th here in the first period.
He's certainly looked good. Hey, if you wouldn't have told me that if you wouldn't have said that he was starting in his first game here today, I would have never guessed. I mean, he's looked clean, he's looked smooth in his movements, and he's just in front of everything.
Now it's going to be Klimek battling for the face-off, and the Cardinals win it. Will Thornburg's shot got knocked down with the glove of Bartholomew. Now it's going to be played back to the right side, and now the Warriors get it back with about a half a minute to go. Axton Peterson will cross into the Cardinals' end, and as he tries to take a shot, it gets deflected out of play. And now we'll have a face-off coming up in the Alexandria zone. Just a reminder for you that our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report will be airing later tonight. You'll hear that between the second and third periods of tonight's Alexandria boys hockey game. So that likely will be coming up sometime in the 8 o'clock hour. Now the puck gets cycled around. Alexandria trying to work it out of the Cardinals zone. And the Cardinals will sweep it back into neutral ice. Down to about 15 seconds to go here in the first period. Brainerd with a power play goal has the 1-0 advantage. Now the Warriors have it, and it looks like they'll just milk some time off and try not to commit a foolish turnover in their own end. And a puck comes up into the neutral zone, and the first period has come to a close. So the only scoring of the period was provided by the visiting Brainerd Warriors. They have a 1-goal advantage 17 minutes into tonight's hockey game. It's Brainerd 1, Alexandria no score. Along with J.P. Boline filling in tonight for Jeff James, I am DMAC Dave McClurg. We will return to the Runestone Community Center with more of tonight's broadcast after a brief timeout.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
On the field, a lot of people know me as number 11. Off the field, I appreciate how First Western Bank and Trust bankers take the time to learn about me and never treat me as just a number. You too can bank where you'll never be just an account number.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep, make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer.
North Central International. Heavy-duty truck service on long haulers, dump trucks, buses, and specialized heavy-duty rigs. Medium and heavy-duty parts and accessories for all makes of trucks. Just south of I-94 and Highway 29 South in Alexandria.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. A-Guard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Cenex Midtown Express has fresh made pizza, lunch and breakfast sandwiches, and broaster chicken, live bait, propane, and diesel fuel. Cenex Garfield has groceries, bait, and tackle, and made-to-order pizza. Cenex Midtown Express, Alexandria, and Cenex Garfield.
Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers for 30 years, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings, quality buildings built tough for the Northland. CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks, custom wood creations, designed for beauty, built for life.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals! With J.P. Boleen, who is filling in as my broadcast partner for Jeff James tonight. Jeff is a little bit under the weather. We hope he gets better over the next 7 days because JJ and I are scheduled to be right back here at the Runestone Community Center next Tuesday night for Alexandria's home game with the defending Central Lakes Conference champion Sartell Sabres. My name, by the way, is Dave McClurg. I'm also known as DMAC, and we welcome you to our broadcast tonight across all of our platforms. KXRA Radio. We've got the audio stream on the Voice of Alexandria app. And thank you for joining us through our YouTube channel as well. Regular season Alexandria Cardinal broadcasts during the winter are presented live on our Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Just find it, and then you can subscribe to it. And when you do that, you will get periodic updates. If we've got a game on the air that night, then you'll be able to watch it on YouTube. Now, the policy is that for postseason games, generally we do not air those on our YouTube channel. Those are a financial consideration for we at Leighton Media to make those possible. During the fall season, we did not do any live video streaming of any of the Alexandria section volleyball or section soccer games. We did make the financial commitment to air the 2 Alexandria Cardinal football playoff games at home against Bemidji and at Moorhead. But by and large, when radio outlets or media companies such as ours look to do the live video streaming, we have to pay an administrative region of the Minnesota State High School League financial considerations to make those possible. So we can guarantee you that the regular season games will be on the air. It's just that most of the postseason matches will be audio only broadcasts, and there you get to listen for free on KXRA Radio or through your Voice of Alexandria app. And it is a 1-0 game after one period. J.P. Boleen, I know that you played the role of goalie for the Alexandria Cardinals back in the day, and both goalies have been tested in this first period. Lots of shots, and right now Brainerd's only marker was on the power play. So if you're head coach Jared Johnson of Brainerd, you like to think that one of the check marks has been put up on the board. We scored on the power play, and that's something we didn't do the previous 2 games.
Yeah, and that's a good sign there if you're Brainerd, just thinking about, what are we trying to do here going into another barn? And what you're trying to do is you're trying to be tied or up on an away. That's a good away period. You hear that all the time. It's a cliche in the hockey world. A good away period just to be up or tied, and even down one in some cases. But yeah, you're up 1 here away, playing again away, as they've had a away game already this season, and they scored on the power play. Alexandria was a little, they took 2 penalties, and when you take 2 penalties early in a game, that momentum's going to shift, and oftentimes you might let one in, and that's what happened. It was just a good entrance by Brainerd. They were able to get a good pass from behind the nets, and it was wide open in front. So, Alex just got to, they got to take advantage of some of the chances that Brainerd's giving them as well, because they got to do the same thing. They've struggled on special teams this year too, so just trying to get those power play goals. And we talked about it a little bit, but on the power play, I mean, they're playing, as I mentioned, an umbrella power play. You've got one up top. You've got a quarterback up top who he's viewing the ice. Typically, he's not one to shoot. And a couple times we're getting shots from those points, and it's kind of a reversal from what we said right away in the game, get shots in this goalie. But when you have that extra man, you have that space to find room. There is too much passing. There's too little passing. You got to find that equal ground, and you just got to find that space to find that open zone to shoot. And when you're on the power play, you want to get it as close as possible to the net or get it to the other side quickly. And it's just something, Alec, they got to work out some of these quirks throughout the year, and that's what early in the season is. These 2 losses to start the season, they'll look at the end of the season, it won't matter as much. No matter where you are, you go into sections, that's what matters. You just work on these things throughout the year. This is time to adjust. You're going to get new players. It's just a time to learn from the things that you're doing wrong.
Scoring to this point, again, just 1 goal. That was by the visiting Brainerd Warriors, as they actually had a 5-on-3 power play for 17 seconds. The Cardinals were able to kill off the first minor penalty that was being served by Will Thornburg for tripping. But while Sam Jocelyn was in the box on an interference call, Brainerd was able to score. And that was at the 9-minute and I believe it was the 9-minute 48-second mark of the first period. Dylan Wyckoff with the goal, Xander Peterson and Chad King with the assists. For Wyckoff, it was his first goal of the year. For Xander Peterson, his second assist of the year. And Chad King also recorded his second assist. The shots on goal through 17 minutes of tonight's game: 12 for Brainerd, 16 for Alexandria, and that means senior netminder Grady Locke has made 11 saves so far, while Griffin Bartholomew making his varsity debut between the pipes for the Warriors. He has stopped all 16 shots that have come his way. So that's the recap so far. 2 penalties for each side for 4 minutes. Brainerd is 1 for 2 on the power play, whereas Alexandria is presently 0 for 2. Our mid-game report, sponsored by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria, will come up between the second and third periods of tonight's game. We will be back with more from the Runestone Community Center with live coverage of Alexandria Cardinal boys hockey after these words from our Cardinal Sports Booster.
Garden Center features 34 lanes of bowling fun. Whether you're an avid bowler or just looking for a fun outing, add Garden Center lanes to your calendar and make it a fun date.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
You've seen them, craved them. You've voted them the best. Their Smokin' Brews and Q's get their unreal smoked barbecue for catering, drop-offs, or events.
Hi, this is Schmitty from Smokin' Brews and Q's. Our obsession is the meat, our passion is what makes it great.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing.
America's best checking for students. Visit www.bell.bank/student checking to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Pomps Tire Service has solutions for tired tires. Whatever your tire choice, make Pomps your choice. Brakes, wheel alignments, factory maintenance, shocks, and struts. Pomps has your service needs covered. Pomps, we know tires and service. You should know Pomps.
Precision Auto reminds you to plan for the inevitable, the change of weather and its impact on your vehicle. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust the precision of a pro. Precision Auto. On 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
Just about ready to start period number 2 here at the Runestone Community Center. As you're watching our live video presentation on YouTube tonight, Brainerd goaltender Griffin Bartholomew is now off to our right from our perspective, and that means Grady Locke is off to our left, so the Cardinals on your screen will be flowing left to right. Alexandria wearing the white jersey sweaters with the black breezers. Brainerd wearing the blue jersey sweaters with the blue breezers. Both teams 5-on-5 as we get the second period underway. Brainerd has its forward line of Xander Peterson, Richie Pyle, and Dylan Wyckoff on the ice. Alexandria counters with the forward line of Evan Klimek, Will Thornburg, and Grady Olson. Now the puck worked into the Brainerd's or Alexandria zone. The Warriors' Xander Peterson tries to get into the slot area, turns around to shoot, but it got deflected. Now Alexandria looks to bring it out of the zone. Thornburg has it. He'll cross center ice and now work into the Brainerd end. The clearing pass redirected the other way. Now Xander Peterson has it for the Warriors. Left side, he tried to center, and now Brainerd will look to set up. It comes out to the point. King has it. Save is made by the goaltender, Grady Locke. And now the Cardinals gain possession and play the puck into the neutral zone. Brainerd is going to work it back in. Right now you've got Hudson Carlson and also Nick Schultz as your defensive partners on the ice. Now the puck comes back into the Brainerd zone as Alexandria looks to set up its forecheck. The Cardinals will work it around as Owen Klimek tried to put it on net, and it gets cycled and now played the other way. Now defenseman Grady Suki will get it for Alexandria. Now back behind the net as the Warriors look to do some work in the offensive zone. Played about 90 seconds of this second period. Bouncing puck comes the other way, and Alexandria will be allowed to play it. Aaron Anderson back behind the net here, trying to gain possession as he gets it along the right corner. Sends it down inside, and he tried to connect with Charlie Basson there, and the puck got tipped. Now it's going to be played back to neutral ice. Brainerd's Weston Heron trying to play it into the Cardinal zone. Alexandria regains control. Here's a backhanded pass by Sam Jocelyn out of the zone, and now back up into neutral ice. Now Brainerd's Drew Hokinson will get to it for the Warriors, and then he had it knocked off his stick. Here comes Alexandria back the other way. Miles Breitzman trying to center one toward Cameron O'Shea, and it got broken up by Brainerd. Now Breitzman trying to tip it over toward O'Shea once again, and we're going to have the Cardinals working it out front. Schultz has it. He'll send it, and it's not kept in. The puck hopped over the stick of Will Draper back into neutral ice. Now Brainerd's going to redirect it in. Grady Locke fed it back behind the net here. Now Schultz doing some work along the back wall. Jabbing for it, I believe, was one of the Brainerd forwards here, that being Tate Oyam. And now it's going to be played back out.
Fast start to this game. I mean, we haven't even had a whistle quite yet. Just a lot of good hockey so far in the period.
Yeah, we've played a little more than 3 minutes of this second period. It's Brainerd 1, Alexandria no score in the Central Lakes Conference Boys Hockey Opener for both of these teams. That was the voice of J.P. Boline, and I am DMAC, Dave McClurg. Steve D is our KXRA studio engineer, the man at Master Control. Here is Nick Schultz working in, dropping it off. Will Thornburg trying to work in, and I believe the puck got tipped off his stick. Played back to neutral ice. Here is Hudson Carlson getting to it, and it's going to be turned over. And now we're going to have a penalty. And Carlson, I believe, slashed the Brainerd player that pounced on that turnover. And Alexandria is going to go shorthanded at the 3:40 mark of the second period.
Yeah, and that's just that undisciplined play that we talked about in the first period, just making sure you're playing clean hockey. I mean, Coach Larson talked about it before the game as well. Special teams, we mentioned it as well in the first period. Special teams could play a huge impact into this game, and so far it has. It's been the deciding factors thus far.
And Alexandria will go shorthanded. They'll have Cameron O'Shea on the ice. Charlie Basson out there to start this penalty kill. Sam Jocelyn is on the ice along with Grady Suki. Brainerd's power play will include Dylan Wyckoff. You've also got 4 other Warrior players on the ice. Drew Hokanson is out there. Here's the centering attempt, and the pass from Xander Peterson finds the stick of Wyckoff, and the save is made. Also part of this power play, Chad King for the Brainerd Warriors. And I think player number 5 is Richie Piles. So Coach Jared Johnson using basically one of his top forward lines along with Drew Hokanson and Chad King to start this power play. And Brainerd controls the draw. King out now to Hokanson. Save made. There's a rebound, and I believe Luck is able to cover up here. Let's get another look at this as our instant replay feature for our YouTube viewers is being brought to you by Quality Real Estate. And again, good centering attempt in front. Brainerd had a rebound, but fortunately, the Cardinals goaltender, Grady Locke, was able to fall on it.
Yeah, and he covered it up right away. He left no rebound and left no opportunity for Brainerd to get a second chance at that.
So now the face-off is won by the Warriors. Chad King will fire. That one got tipped. And now a rebound off the back set of glass gets saved as now Alexandria comes back the other way. And here's a shot attempt, and that was blocked. Owen Klemick trying to snipe one on the Brainerd goaltender, but now the Warriors skate back the other way. Hokanson is going to feed it across. One-timer, save made. Scramble in front of the net, and it's going to be Owen Klemick coming away with it, and he'll clear it the other way. Brainerd now about a minute into its power play. We're almost 5 minutes into this second period. It's Brainerd 1, Alexandria no score. Our scoreboard updates tonight being brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Brainerd nearly got careless in its own end as Aaron Anderson was buzzing back in the Warriors zone to try to intercept. Now Brainerd skates back the other way. Aaron Anderson and Miles Breitzman on for this part of the penalty kill, joined by Nick Schultz and Grady Suki. Now here's a shot that went into traffic. Schultz has it. He's going to skate across the center line. Now it's going to be into the Brainerd zone, but I believe offside is going to be called, and that's going to stop play. Just a reminder that you're watching tonight's game on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. You are hearing it on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, and the live audio also available through your Voice of Alexandria app. Jeff James is unavailable tonight. He's feeling a bit under the weather. We look forward to having him back with us 1 week from tonight for our next Alexandria boys hockey broadcast when the Cardinals host the defending Central Lakes Conference champion Sartell Sabres. It is myself, Dave McClurg, and J.P. Boleen on the video camera. He's also helping out with the commentary tonight. So double duty for J.P. here at the RCC. Now the Cardinals get back to full strength. Miles Breitzman has the puck back behind the net. It's going to be played over to the right half wall, and Brainerd comes away with it. Dylan Wenshaw will now work his way across center ice into the Alexandria zone. Whistles a shot that goes a little bit wide. Now a battle for possession. Alexandria trying to clear the zone. King trying to keep it in for Brainerd, and he does. Now it's going to be Will Thornburg cycling the puck around. It comes over toward Grady Olson, and he chips the puck back into neutral ice. Now Thornburg will track it down. He will skate in as Alexandria is onside. Thornburg in deep for the Alexandria Cardinals, having it back behind the net. Now he gets spun around, trying to get to the puck. Here is Evan Klemick for the Alexandria Cardinals. Now Brainerd gains control. Here comes Weston Heron back the other way. His shot attempt, I think, got deflected, and it will go into the netting over the glass, and we'll have a face-off, I believe, coming up in the Alexandria zone. 10:15 to go in the second. It is a 1-0 lead for Brainerd. And according to the numbers here, shots on goal favor the Warriors 18-16. So, JP, that means Alexandria really has not tested the goaltender Griffin Bartholomew much at all here in period 2.
No, they're just struggling to get that zone entry, and that's really where that penalty comes into. I mean, you're going to have more zone time with the power play. So Alexandria just trying to just keep something in the offensive zone.
Yep, and they're going to try to get the sustained zone time here as Charlie Besson's line is on the ice. Besson, Aaron Anderson, and Cameron O'Shea out there. They are joined by Hudson Carlson and Grady Suki. Now into the slot area, wrist shot by Suki, and that's saved. Now the puck is going to be cleared out. Sending it the other way is one of the Warrior forwards. I believe that's Richie Pyle, who will send it back into the Alexandria end. Now the Cardinals send a rink-wide pass up to the Brainerd blue line, rather. And now it's going to be redirected the other way to the Alexandria blue line, and the Cardinals will clear it back into neutral ice. Backhander by Aaron Anderson gets taken by Brainerd. Here comes Xander Peterson into the slot area. He'll carry it deep. Now he'll fire, and a save made by Grady Locke. The Cardinals will send the puck over toward the right wall. Now another shot off the wall by Gage Germanson, and a save made by Locke. He has now made a total of 8 saves here in the second period.
Yeah, and he's been the best player on Alexandria here in the middle frame, especially on the penalty kill. The goalie has to be the best penalty killer, and he was.
And now Miles Breitzman coming up the right side, feeding across here for Will Thornburg, and the timing just was not as good as it could be, and Thornburg was not able to connect on a possible one-timer. Now delayed offside, and the puck comes back into the neutral zone. We're now halfway through regulation time. 8.5 minutes to go in the second. It's Brainerd 1, Alexandria no score. Glenwood State Bank brings you our scoreboard updates tonight from the Runestone Community Center. Now Brainerd's going to tip the puck back into the Alexandria end, and it's going to be taken here by the Cardinals out of the zone. It comes back. Drew Hokanson will send it the other way. Now it comes back up. Here's Nick Schultz gaining possession. He'll fire, and that one, I believe, may have found its way to the goaltender Bartholomew, and that will be his first save of the period. Now the Cardinals trying to get some extended offensive zone time here. Back to play it is Jack Leibel for Brainerd. Now the Warriors will gain possession and break out. Here comes Axton Peterson up, and I think we're going to have offside called. I think it was Logan Chiridelli coming into the zone too soon. And we'll have a neutral zone face-off here with 7:34 to go in the second period. Looks like the Cardinals are going to bring their forward line onto the ice, which includes Grady Olson, Will Thornburg, and Evan Klimek, joined by D partners Will Draper and Grady Suki. Now the Cardinals will sweep it back into the Brainerd zone. The Warriors' Jack Leibel will go back to play it here. He'll send a pass up the right side. Now the crossing attempt got tipped by the Cardinals' Aaron Anderson, but now Brainerd does work it back the other way. Now the puck sliding through the neutral zone, and Brainerd has it. It's going to be carried in, and now working in. A backhander is going to be saved by Grady Locke there, as Axton Peterson was working his way in. Now another scramble for possession here, and the puck will be sent down into the corner. Alexandria looks to clear it out. I believe it may have gone off the helmet of one of the players on the ice, and now the puck back into neutral ice.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like, and if that's the case, it should have been blown dead.
Yeah, but now working in. Oh, a nice recovery there as the Cardinals' Grady Suki was able to tip the puck off the stick of Richie Pyle. Now Brainerd will go back to regroup in its own end. Dylan Wyckoff trying to send it forward. Now the Cardinals get it, trying to get the puck movement, but it's going to be intercepted here. Pyle coming the other way. He'll fire, and it's going to be a glove save there for the goaltender Locke, and that will be his 9th save here in the second period.
Yeah, he's been the backstop here for the Cardinals in the second period. He was really good in the first period as well, but he's really stepped up. I mean, 19 saves here in total. Really, really good so far.
And now the Cardinals' Miles Breitzman will battle for the face-off here as Dylan Wyckoff battles, and the Warriors win the draw. And now it comes out. One of the defensemen, Logan Chiradelli, makes the shot. Alexandria gets the rebound. I think Coach Landon Olsen mixing up his forward lines just a hair here. Looks like he's pairing Miles Breitzman with both Cameron O'Shea and Jacob Nicholson here. So that's a little bit of a change from earlier in the game. Nick Schultz gets the puck here. Tried to work his way in, but the puck got knocked off his stick. Here comes Xander Peterson back the other way for the Brainerd Warriors. Feeding it now to Pyle, and Pyle is going to be denied there by Locke. And we'll have a face-off coming up in the Alexandria Cardinals zone. Time remaining in the second period, 5 minutes and 36 seconds. Brainerd leads on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in this boys hockey matchup by a count of 1-0. The only goal of the game scored by Dylan Wyckoff on the power play. The official time of that goal, by the way, was 10 minutes and 18 seconds of the first period. Brainerd wins the draw. Now a bouncing puck goes over into the right corner. Schultz will look to track it down. Now it's going to be played up to the edge of the Alexandria zone, but Brainerd's going to keep it in, and good job there by Weston Heron to send it back down low and kind of keep Alexandria on its heels in the defensive end. Cardinals looking to clear, and now they'll get their opportunity as Nick Schultz crosses the blue line, then crosses the center line. He'll slide the puck back in. And now Alexandria will look to get some ice time of its own in the Brainerd end. Schultz is going to send it into the direction here of Will Thornburg. Thornburg trying to do some work along the wall, and now we've got battle, and it comes back out to the point. Schultz will keep it in. Shot got blocked. Brainerd's going to clear it the other way. Here comes Logan Chiradelli in for Brainerd. His shot got deflected by Locke and over into the right corner. That's now 11 saves here in the second period for Grady Locke. Brainerd has outshot Alexandria to this point of the hockey game 22-17, which means in almost 13 minutes of play here in the second period, the Cardinals have just one shot on goal after having 16 in the opening period. Brainerd's latest shot got deflected out of play, and we'll have a face-off coming up in the Alexandria end. The face-off will be coming to the right of the goaltender Locke. Charlie Basson will try to win the draw here for the Cardinals as he'll battle Cooper Katzenberger for the Brainerd Warriors. Katzenberger, Axton Peterson, and Dylan Wenshaw, the forwards on the ice right now for Brainerd. The Warriors' D pair includes Chad King and Olaf Oss. Now another face-off. Wenshaw battling here against the Cardinals, and Alexandria gains possession. Here's a pass up to neutral ice. Now coming the other way. Basson's going to look to feed it off. It's a little bit wide of Owen Klemick here. And now the Cardinals get it. Here's Aaron Anderson firing. Save made. Basson trying to chop at a possible rebound here, but it gets tipped over into the corner. Now a battle for possession. Jocelyn trying to keep it on his stick. Now it gets played a little further up by Aaron Anderson. Now Brainerd will recover and at least clear the zone. Jocelyn's going to dump it back in as Alexandria gets back on side. We're now under 4 minutes remaining in the second. It's Brainerd 1, Alexandria no score. JP Boleen and yours truly, D-Mac, Dave McClurg, bringing you the Cardinal hockey coverage tonight. Jeff James, unfortunately, a little bit under the weather tonight. He'll be back with us for Alexandria boys hockey coverage 1 week from tonight on Tuesday, December 3rd. Now the puck back in the Alexandria zone. Here's a shot. It got deflected, and it goes off the stick of Locke over into the left corner. Now the puck is going to be sent. A centering attempt goes off the side of the net, and I think Grady Locke was able to find it there and freeze it, and we'll have a face-off coming up.
Yeah, luckily his toe was strong against that post there because that puck was trickling in, but a good stoppage and get some fresh bodies onto the ice too, which Alexandria really needed. And they're just getting a little outworked right now, and Brainerd's a lot more successful entries into the zone, a lot more better playmaking here in the O zone as well. Alexandria just got to get it into the zone and set something up.
I felt a booger blast coming on there. That's why there was a little bit of a stoppage, but the sneeze got caught up in my system. So I know that's probably too much information for you, the listener, or you, the viewer, to absorb, but that's why we had the momentary dead air. Brainerd's going to bring the puck back into the Alexandria end with 2.5 minutes to go here in the second period. The Warriors, with a first period power play goal, have a 1-0 lead over the Alexandria Cardinals. Now here is Jack Leibel sending the puck back in deep. And now Alexandria looking to gain possession here. And the puck clears the zone. Now working in is Jacob Nicholson for Alexandria. He's on the ice right now with Cameron O'Shea, and I think Miles Breitzman may also be out there. Hudson Carlson and Nick Schultz are the defensive partners for the Cardinals. Now Brainerd's coming back the other way. Whitekoff across, and his pass a little bit wide for the intended recipient there. That being Drew Hokanson. Now Hokanson fires, and I think the shot got tipped out of play, and we're going to have a face-off in the Alexandria end. Once again, once our second period play-by-play is wrapped up, we'll move into our mid-game report presented to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods of Alexandria. That will be coming up in between the second and third periods of tonight's game. Ryan Heinlein will try to win this draw against Will Thornburg, and the Cardinals do come away with it. Here comes Grady Olson looking to drop a pass off, and now it's going to be up to the Brainerd blue line and now back in to the Warrior zone. Looking to put the body is Evan Klimek there. Now it comes over toward the left wall. Let's see if the Cardinals can get the equalizer here in the closing moments of the second. Here's a puck into the slot area. Shot attempt got blocked, and Brainerd's going to tip it the other way. And now we're going to have a whistle here. And play gets stopped with 1:18 to go in the second. And I don't know if the clearing pass went into the Brainerd bench or what the
would guess it maybe hit a stick.
Yeah, maybe a stick hanging over the Brainerd bench. And would that be penalty worthy then, JP? Or
the only thing it would be a delay of game.
I think the Brainerd bench off to our left here is being warned. You know, you gotta keep the gear firmly inside the box there. So
yeah, this is the kind of thing where I think you can get a warning.
Although I just saw one of the officials put two fingers up, and let's see if we're going to get I think Brainerd's going to get a penalty here. So, yep, that's going to be the case at 15:42 of the second. So it'll be interesting to see what this is going to be for. Weston Heron is going to be going off.
Oh.
And evidently it's a substitution situation here. Too many players on the ice for Brainerd, so as they were looking to change personnel, the Warriors got caught. And so Alexandria is going to get a power play late in the second here. The Cardinals will start the power play with Grady Olson, Will Thornburg, I believe Jacob Nicholson on the ice, Nick Schultz out there as well, along with Evan Klimek. And now Brainerd plays the puck back the other way, and a little bit dangerous here, but now Schultz gets it back. We're about to go under a minute remaining here in the second period. Now looking to get moving is Grady Olson up the left side. It's going to be coming in to the Warrior zone, and Brainerd's going to clear it back the other way.
Brainerd's just bringing a lot of pressure, 5-on-4, 5-on-5 at any time in the O zone, and they're just not allowing Alexandria to get much of a breakout.
Now here comes Nick Schultz carrying the puck into the Brainerd end. He's going to send it to Grady Olson. Then it comes to Schultz along the left wall. Now Will Thornburg gets to it. Now back behind the net, it's Evan Klimek. And it's going to come back out. Down to about 20 seconds to go in the second period. If the Cardinals do not score at the end of the second period here, the remaining power play will carry into period number 3. Now looking to intercept is Axton Peterson. He'll sweep it back into the Alexandria Cardinals zone. Alexandria will look to break out the puck up into neutral ice, where Charlie Basson will get it, but the horn is going to sound, and the second period has come to an end. So when period 3 gets underway, Alexandria will have 42 seconds of power play time. The Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report is on the horizon next. Through 2 periods on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in high school boys hockey, the Brainerd Warriors lead at Alexandria 1-0.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Feel confident. Feel inspired. Embrace your unique beauty at 6th and Broadway Clothing. From expertly curated collections to personalized styling and color analysis services, you can embrace style as beautiful as you.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
Welcome to the spirit of Lake Town hospitality. Welcome to D. Mike's Resort Bar and Grill. From legacy locals, seasonal visitors, to traveling teams, you are our community. Come share in our rustic flavors, modern flair, and authentic roots. Legacy inspired, community infused.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Premier Collision guarantees your full satisfaction. From a simple dent to major bodywork, Premier Collision will fix your vehicle right. Stop by for a free estimate or go to PremierCollisionMN.com. Premier Collision, excellent results, a friendly attitude, and fair prices.
You've seen them, craved them. You voted them the best. Their Smoke and Brews and Q's get their unreal smoked barbecue for catering, drop-offs, or events.
Hi, this is Schmitty from Smoke and Brews and Q's. Our obsession is the meat, our passion is what makes it great.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
Friends, a power play goal for Brainerd in period number 1 is standing up as the lone marker as the Warriors lead 1-0 after 2. Dylan Wyckoff was able to score that goal at the 10:18 mark of the opening period, with Xander Peterson and Chad King getting the assists. For Peterson and King, their second helpers of the year, and for Wyckoff, his first goal of his senior season. The Alexandria Cardinals have been working hard on the ice through the full 34 minutes so far, but at this point, the Cardinals have yet to get the equalizer, though they will have a power play once the third period gets underway. Welcome to our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. Jeff James is not with us tonight. He's feeling a bit under the weather. So I've got JP Boleen joining me, Dave McClurg for the commentary. And JP, as we get kind of your thoughts and synopsis up to this point, obviously you've seen a lot of time on the ice, and I think still get onto the ice in this day and age, doing some skating of your own. But how would you sum up the first 2 periods here?
It's just two teams who are very similar in just a very similar team. They've got similar skill. They play a little different style of play, but they're just getting pucks to the net right now. Two teams who maybe aren't as disciplined as they should be this early into the season, don't have things, set. The power plays. I know Brainerd got on the board with the power play, but the power plays really haven't looked great for either side so far, and those are things that are fixable. I mean, we talked about it a little bit where Alexandria seemed like they had a ton of momentum. I think the shots were 7 or 8 to nothing about 4 or 5 minutes into the game.
Right.
On the other side, it just took about 3 minutes for Alexandria to get 2 penalties, and then Brainerd to take them over in shots, taking the momentum. at the end of one of the penalties, they got a goal. And that's where we stand right now. It's just two teams trying to find their first win of the year, trying to find some momentum this year, some chemistry. These are two teams where a lot of turnover on the roster, and they just want to get off on the right hand before they go into a gauntlet here, both teams. I mean, you look at Brainerd, they're heading to Roseau after this game. That'll be coming on Saturday. And then Alexandria, they've got Sartell. Sartell, they were a game away from the section final a season ago. Just came up short against Buffalo, I believe. So that's a good team right over there, too. Obviously, they're AA now, but two teams that are trying to get a win before they go into a really tough stretch into their schedule.
And, I don't want to make excuses for anybody here, but these teams hit the ice for their first day of practice 15 days ago. And if we didn't have Thanksgiving where it was placed on the calendar, chances are you would not have as many games before Thanksgiving. Quite frequently, you might play one game before Thanksgiving and then maybe a weekend tournament for a few teams. But already for these two teams, they were playing their first game basically 10 or 11 days after the first practice, and now they've got game number 3 before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and add to that, you're shorthanded if you're Alexandria because, how successful your football team was. They had a couple of players, probably a couple of key players too, a couple of starters on your roster who aren't on it right now. So it's a team who's trying to gel, but they don't have everybody to gel with quite yet. So, and it's just, there's no excuses, but it's just that it's an early part of the year. You can go into sections 500 or under 500, get a couple wins. Hey, you're in the section finals. So you just don't want to get too far behind throughout the year. That's where confidence starts to dip. And if you're Alexandria, you're 1-0 right now against a team who's also trying to find the first win. That's the best spot you've been in all season long so far. I take that back. Against Orono, they were tied. So there's been good, there's been bad, there's been stuff they just want to work on. It's the beginning of the year. There's a whole lot of time to grow.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And the growth potential is really, there's a lot of upside for this Alexandria boys hockey team, as, again, they've got a lot of players that are getting their first real significant experience of varsity. And, again, you've got those guys like Brody Berg, like Trey Peffer, and like Aiden Schneiderhan. They're going to be suiting up. Maybe they get some shift time next week against Sartell. Only time will tell. I guess you'll have to come back and check us out here at the Runestone Community Center 1 week from tonight. The Cardinals got outshot by Brainerd 11-2 in the second period, JP. And, even though there was a minor penalty on Alexandria early on, it just seemed like the Cardinals' cohesiveness on offense that we saw at the very start of the game never came back. But I guess if there is a flip side, there's still time for it to come back, even at the start of the third period when you get a fresh surface of ice and 42 seconds of power play time.
Yeah, exactly. You have to start fast. You have to start strong. And, yeah, Brainerd was playing super aggressive. They were on the puck. They had a forward. They had a F1, F2 on the puck right away. And it flustered Alexandria. It was very evident, and Alexandria was just unable to, when they would get a good breakout out of their zone, they just struggled into the neutral zone, into their offensive zone. So just trying to clean up some of those passes. You don't have to have rink-wide passes. This is something that that's one thing that it just drives me crazy sometimes when you're down in the score and you're trying rink-wide passes, or even blue line to blue line sometimes. Short passes don't hurt anything, and short passes can free up some ice as well. Skating up the puck frees up ice, frees up players, and that's something I think Alexandria could really work on here today, especially with the power play. And like I just keep saying it, but the power play, it's just you got to get good opportunities.
And again, Alexandria will carry some power play time into period number 3. That is the mid-game report, brought to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. We'll come back with the play-by-play of period 3 after this timeout.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Welcome to the spirit of Lake Town hospitality. Welcome to D. Mike's Resort Bar and Grill. From legacy locals, seasonal visitors, to traveling teams, you are our community. Come share in our rustic flavors, modern flair, and authentic roots. Legacy inspired, community infused.
Feel confident. Feel inspired. Embrace your unique beauty at 6th and Broadway Clothing. From expertly curated collections to personalized styling and color analysis services, you can embrace style as beautiful as you.
Premier Collision guarantees your full satisfaction. From a simple dent to major bodywork, Premier Collision will fix your vehicle right. Stop by for a free estimate or go to premiercollisionmn.com. Premier Collision, excellent results, a friendly attitude, and fair prices.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers for 30 years, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings, quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your...
As we come back to the live action on KXRA Radio and viewing on the YouTube channel, Alexandria is still operating with a power play, and Nick Schultz puts a shot on net, and then the rebound and a goal! The Cardinals are going to tie the game here in period number 3, and that's worth another look for our viewers on YouTube. Our instant replay being brought to you by Qualley Real Estate. Alexandria gained the important possession. Nick Schultz took the shot from the point, but the rebound was available there, and Grady Olson was able to put the follow-up in just 26 seconds into period number 3, and the Alexandria Cardinals have tied the game up. It's now Alexandria 1, Brainerd 1 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. For the sophomore Grady Olson, it is his first goal of the year, and 1 assist will be given to junior Charlie Basson.
Yeah, that was a great shot there by Grady, and just getting that rebound, it was just good luck, and that's something Alexandria really needed, and yeah, they got a good goal.
And now Brainerd's going to come back the other way, and we've got a shot. Oh, it was sitting in the crease there. I believe a penalty may be coming on Alexandria as, let's see, the Warrior player, I think that was Kellen Ellingson, was going up the ice here, and
we got a penalty shot.
Yep, that's what I was thinking, a breakaway opportunity. And I think now it's going to be Dylan Wyckoff who gets the opportunity to score the go-ahead goal here for the Warriors. So it's going to be a penalty shot here for Brainerd.
Yeah, it was a diving attempt trying to stop the breakaway and just getting that stick underneath. Caused a trip. He almost scored on the puck getting loose as well.
And it will be a tripping call at 55 seconds of the third, but again, it's going to be a penalty shot opportunity. Hudson Carlson assessed the tripping, and so Brainerd will get the chance to score. Here goes Dylan Wyckoff. One-on-one against the goaltender Grady Locke into the right face-off circle, and he slides in, keeps it on the ice, and scores the goal on a penalty shot. So Brainerd will put Alexandria into a 1-goal hole here in the first minute of the third period. And JP, it seemed like all the momentum that the Alexandria Cardinals were able to get goes away with that penalty shot goal.
Yep, it does, and it's just, it's tough because it was a bad break for Alexandria on the breakaway, and then you try to make the desperate opportunity. In those cases, you try to go for the puck, but sometimes you just got to trust your goalie on breakaways, as we got another one. Good save there, see. It's just trusting a little bit of your goaltender, trusting that he can make the save on the breakaway. It's not quitting on the play, because that was a good determined play by Alexandria, but it's just being smarter.
And I know they indicated down at the scorers table Richie Pyle getting the go-ahead goal, but I believe it was Dylan Wyckoff that was out for the penalty shot there. And he will score the go-ahead goal at 55 seconds of the third period. So it's now Brainerd 2, Alexandria 1. And JP, I'm sorry I will not be able to give you $1. I think I mentioned to you during the break, I said, if the Cardinals get the power play goal while we're in the break, I'm going to give you a picture of George Washington.
Well, yeah, thankfully we were able to just get back in time and see that goal. It was a pretty one, too.
And we've got a penalty being called on the Brainerd Warriors here, as Rowan Plested is going to go off 2 minutes for tripping at 1:08 of the third. So now the Cardinals will operate on the power play. They've got 5 players on the ice right now. Evan Klemick is out there along with Charlie Basson. You've got Grady Olson on the ice for the Cardinals. I think we've got Will Thornburg also getting some time as part of this power play, and Nick Schultz. And now another penalty, I believe, is going to come up on Brainerd, and Alexandria is going to be going with a 5-on-3 power play here. And this will be sustained time here, as I think it's going to be Cooper Katzenberger going off on the tripping call.
Yeah, in Alexandria, that's probably their best strength that they have this year is their speed. They are a quick team, and when that speed happens like that, teams tend to take tripping penalties.
So now a 5-on-3 power play for up to 1:33 seconds. Right now, Brainerd has one forward, Dylan Wyckoff, on the ice. Drew Hokanson is out there as well. I think Brainerd head coach Jared Johnson maybe taking his team's timeout here. Nope, it's going to be Alexandria coach Dr. Landon Olson taking the timeout. So the Cardinals will talk some strategy before play resumes, but Alexandria will get a 5-on-3 power play. Again, 2 Brainerd players in the box with tripping. JP Boline, we have only played basically 1:35 seconds of this third period, and I think we've had more action in less than 2 minutes of the third than we had the entire second period.
Yeah, and it's been quick. Both teams want to get off to big starts here in the the third period, and both teams did. Alexandria got a much-needed power play goal. That'll add some confidence, hopefully, especially here on the 5-on-3, scoring right away on the power play. And they're going to have a lot of space. I've harped on it all game long. It's just you have so much space on the power play here. You don't want to waste it with shots that aren't worth taking, frankly. And, you have a 5-on-3, and you can create some really nice chances just being patient.
Charlie Basson will take this face-off here. He's on the ice with Will Thornburg. Also on the ice, you've got Evan Klemick, Grady Olson, and Nick Schultz for Alexandria. Again, a 5-on-3 opportunity, and Brainerd able to win the draw, and the Warriors will play it the other way. Again, it's Dylan Wyckoff, Drew Hokanson, and Gage Germanson, your 3 skaters on the ice for Brainerd. Now it's Klemick bringing the puck into the Brainerd end. Gets it off. Now Grady Olson will swing it over to Schultz. Then it comes back to Grady Olson. Now down toward Thornburg, then back out. It's worked around the perimeter. Schultz will look to fire. That got blocked. Grady Olson feeding inside, a one-timer, and that got stopped by the goaltender. Cardinals maintaining possession of the puck. Grady Olson feeding down to Thornburg. Back to Olson. Shot from the left faceoff circle, and the save is made. Cardinals will keep the rebound. Now Olson to Thornburg, walking in, feeding across the crease, and it's going to be steered by Basson out front. Now Charlie Basson gets it back. It's going to be taken now by Nick Schultz over to Grady Olson. Still about 35 seconds in a 5-on-3 power play. Shot gets whistled wide. Thornburg has it now to Basson, out in front to Schultz, firing. That one got tipped by the goaltender Bartholomew. Alexandria maintaining possession. Now Schultz will fire. That one got tipped. Basson trying to track it down, and it's going to go out of the zone. He tried to play it back to the point. Unfortunately, that was open. So the Cardinals have to get back onside. Now down to 10 seconds of a 5-on-3. Puck back into neutral ice. And Will Thornburg will take it here for Alexandria. He'll skate in. Now it's going to be a one-player advantage for potentially up to a half minute here. Now you've got Hudson Carlson out of the box, onto the ice. He's joined by Cameron O'Shea. Also, you've got Aaron Anderson out for this part of the power play. Will Thornburg staying out there, as well as Evan Klimek. Down to just a few seconds to go in the power play, and the puck back to neutral ice, so Brainerd did its job, killing off a two-player disadvantage. Now O'Shea intercepts the pass, sends a shot a little bit high. Now it's going to be played over into the left corner, and digging for it is Aaron Anderson for Alexandria. Brainerd sends the puck out. Here comes Richie Pyle up into the Alexandria zone, sending one over, and I think a Brainerd player slipped. And now Cameron O'Shea is coming back the other way. O'Shea onside into the slot area, whistles one wide. Rebound opportunity by Evan Klimek, and that got stopped. Now the puck back over toward the right half wall, and it's going to be played the other way by the Brainerd Warriors as Weston Heron will send it back into the Alexandria end. We played a little more than 4 minutes of this third period. It's Brainerd 2, Alexandria 1. Our scoreboard updates tonight being brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Now Heron gets the puck back, but taking it here is Will Thornburg for Alexandria. He'll send it to Miles Breitzman, and Breitzman will backhand it the other way into the Brainerd zone. Now Alexandria looking to do some work along the right wall. Brainerd back to defend here as Chad King looks to redirect it up the side. And now it's going to be played over to the other end by the Alexandria Cardinals. Now battle along the wall here, and Miles Breitzman comes away with it. Breitzman being sent into the corner here, trying to send it over into the direction of Jacob Nicholson. 2-1 Brainerd with the lead as we've now played 5 minutes of this third period. Puck comes out to the point. Sam Jocelyn fired toward the net. Brainerd is going to clear it the other way. This might be long enough for an icing call, and that will be the case. JP Boline, I'm really pleased with how Alexandria has come out to start this third period. You see a lot more bounce in the collective steps, if you will, and this is a different team than we saw in period 2.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. They've looked much better. That power play looked really good. They tried to, they worked the zone a little bit better, and they got good opportunities. It was just really good saves as well. But right now they're doing a great job in the offensive zone, just sustaining that pressure and putting Brainerd on their heels, which they have not been on here in over a period.
Yep, and now the Cardinals continuing to try to put some pressure on. Evan Klimek trying to handle the puck along the wall, and Brainerd separates him from the biscuit. Now coming the other way is Axton Peterson, and he had the puck poked off his stick, and it comes back to neutral ice. We are now 6 minutes into the third period of tonight's game. Now under 11 remaining in regulation time. It's a 1-goal lead for Brainerd at 2-1. Now here are the Cardinals working the puck in, but a centering attempt intercepted by Cooper Katzenberger, then played out into the neutral zone. Alexandria will dump it in as the Cardinals change lines here. The Charlie Basson line is back onto the ice. Aaron Anderson and looks like Owen Klimek also out there as part of this forward line. The D partners here, Will Draper and Grady Suki for the Cardinals, clad in the white jersey sweaters with the black breezers. And now we're going to get a stoppage here as the Alexandria Cardinals get called for icing, and we're going to have a face-off at the other end. 10:23 is our time remaining in regulation time. Shots on goal in this period. The Brainerd Warriors have put 3 shots on goal. Alexandria has put 5 shots on goal. Cardinals had 16 shots in the opening period, just 2 in period number 2. Now the Warriors have it back behind the net, comes out top. Here's a shot, and Grady Locke makes the save. Scramble, and Locke is going to cover up, and I think that's worthy of another YouTube replay. Our instant replay on our YouTube channel being brought to you by Quality Real Estate. Brainerd gaining possession. Grady Locke was able to make an initial save. The rebound did carry him off to his right, but he was able to do a great job to pounce on it to make sure that play gets stopped, and we have the face-off forthcoming. Miles Breitzman will battle Dylan Wyckoff for the draw, and the Warriors will cycle it around over to the right side in the Alexandria zone. It's a 2-1 lead for Brainerd. We're in period number 3 here at the Runestone Community Center. Turning around and taking a shot is Cooper Katzenberger, and the save is made. Then another save is made. Cardinals will try to steer the puck out of the zone. Cameron O'Shea plays it back into neutral ice. Now Brainerd is going to take control. Here comes Xander Peterson trying to slide one across, and Alexandria comes away with it. Nick Schultz handles it. He sends it to Jacob Nicholson off to his left. Now firing is Miles Breitzman. That's on goaltender Bartholomew, who makes the save. Alexandria will keep the puck in. Here's a scramble in front, and Bartholomew comes out to the edge of the crease and will cover up there. I think Griffin Bartholomew, JP, saw some danger on the horizon, so he got a little more aggressive at getting to that puck.
Yeah, Alexandria was bringing a lot of pressure. They had the numbers as well, and he just, had an opportunity to cover the puck. And it's one of the smartest plays that a goaltender can do is cover the puck and feel that pressure. He's looked, I've said it a couple times, but both goalies have just looked calm and just really, really poised.
Evan Klimek and Ryan Heinlein battling for the draw, and the Cardinals come away with it. Here is Will Thornburg taking a shot, and that got deflected out of play. And Will actually got some space right in the slot area there.
Yeah, and he beat Bartholomew. The netminder. Bartholomew, and he beat him, and it just hit off the post. Goaltender's best friend.
So another face-off. Heinlein will battle Evan Klimek for the draw here. And now it looks like Brainerd's going to bring Rowan Plested in to try to win the faceoff. The Cardinals come away with it. And a shot by Grady Suki right on goaltender Bartholomew, and he'll make the save. So Bartholomew, despite yielding a power play goal to Grady Olson to start the third period, he has now made a total of 7 saves in this period alone, 25 for the game. Face off again to the Brainerd goaltender's right. And again, it's Evan Klimek, this time battling Dylan Wyckoff for the draw, and the Warriors will come away with it. But now Alexandria trying to do some work in the offensive zone, and Grady Olson trying to play it in front, and now it's going to be over in the corner. Olson, and now it's going to be Evan Klimek, and he works his way to the top of the face-off circle and fires toward the net. And the save is going to be made here.
They're certainly finding shots right now, and just, again, better saves right now for Brainerd. But Alexandria is finding that space that Brainerd is allowing them to have, and Brainerd's struggling a little bit in the D zone, and Alexandria is taking advantage of it.
Now the Warriors push the puck back out into neutral ice. Defenseman Hudson Carlson will get it for the Alexandria Cardinals here. And now the puck redirected by the Brainerd Warriors, Axton Peterson. 2-1 in favor of Brainerd. We're in the third period here at the Runestone Community Center in Alexandria. Jeff James unable to be with us tonight, feeling a bit under the weather. We hope he'll get recovered in time for the Thanksgiving weekend ahead. It's JP Boline and yours truly, Dave McClurg, with the coverage tonight on KXRA Radio and through your Voice of Alexandria app. And we've got the live video presentation with the KXRA play-by-play on our YouTube channel. Now the Warriors gain possession of the puck, looking to get back onside. Here's a shot that got tipped off the stick of one of the Alexandria defenders over into the corner. Now a battle for the puck. I think we're going to have a high stick ruling here. Not a penalty for high sticking, but I believe one of the Brainerd Warriors got a stick up too high, and that's going to result in a face-off at the other end of the ice with 7:38 to go in regulation time. And battling for the draw here will be Miles Breitzman for Alexandria. And it looks like Ryan Heinlein, nope, it's going to be one of his teammates. Heinlein actually goes to the bench as Cooper Katzenberger tries to win the draw, and Brainerd will play it back into the neutral zone. Alexandria's Nick Schultz will play it back in. Now the puck along the wall here, and Brainerd regains control. Here comes Axton Peterson up the left side for the Warriors. He'll slide the puck into the Cardinals' end. Shots on goal to this point of the hockey game now all even at 27 all. Now Alexandria will work into the offensive zone. Nicholson fires a little bit wide. Long rebound is going to come toward Schultz, and Schultz will play it back down low. Brainerd plays it wide, and Will Draper will slide it along the wall here, and now Brainerd will intercept. Puck is off the stick of Draper and back into the neutral zone. Draper's going to feed ahead to Cameron O'Shea, dropping it off to Breitzman, back to O'Shea, now to Breitzman, and the save is going to be made there by Griffin Bartholomew. And let's look a little bit at that passing sequence. Another instant replay for our YouTube viewers, brought to you by Quality Real Estate. And it was nice touch passing there between the likes of Cameron O'Shea and Miles Breitzman, but Bartholomew proved to be a very good last line of defense for the Brainerd Warriors.
Yeah, good play by O'Shea there to receive the puck on his skate, kick it to his blade, and get a good, decent shot.
And now the Warriors bring the puck back the other way. Alexandria will send it back out of the zone. Working up the right side is Charlie Bass, or actually that's, I believe, Will Thornburg for Alexandria. And now it's going to be taken by Brainerd back into neutral ice. 6:20 to go here in the third, and we might have another penalty being called here. And it looks like Brainerd's going to go shorthanded with a little more than 6 minutes to go in regulation time.
Huge opportunity again here for Alexandria, who's looked a lot better on the power play here in the third period. They started the period off with a power play goal and then just had a lot of zone time and a lot of good looks with a 5-on-3 power play. So good chance here to tie the game if you're the Cardinals.
And I believe it's going to be a minor penalty for boarding there. Oh, no, they're going to give them the major for boarding.
Well, add on.
So that's a 5-minute major here on Brainerd.
That's huge for Alexandria. I mean, add on to what I said, just a bigger opportunity here for the Cardinals, and a couple.
Yep, because you can score more than once on this major penalty. But the Cardinals would like to get the equalizer here. And a save is going to be made by the Brainerd goaltender, Griffin Bartholomew. Right now, you've got on the ice for the power play to start Aaron Anderson, Cameron O'Shea, along with Hudson Carlson. You've got Grady Suki on the ice and Miles Breitzman. Brainerd will be shorthanded for a full 5 minutes here. Shot by Suki gets deflected over the net. And stops play with 6:05 to go in regulation time. And Dr. Landon Olson will bring Grady Olson onto the ice. Charlie Basson will come out. You're going to have Will Thornburg on the ice. Also Evan Klimick and Nick Schultz for this part of the power play.
It's another thing that coaching-wise that you can do here with a 5-minute power play is you have so much more time to change your lines. You don't have to have that one power play unit that you want on the ice for most of the power play. You can get fresh legs and keep your best power play line, if not both, give them equal time.
Now Brainerd has cleared the puck back to the Alexandria end a couple of times. Now looking to send it out of the zone is Nick Schultz. Up to Olsen. Now a break the other way. Wrist shot and a save is made. Thornburg had the opportunity to get the equalizer. Now the puck over along the left wall. The Alexandria Cardinals trying to keep it in. Grady Olson able to keep it in. Now it's going to be back down low. Centering attempt goes behind Thornburg and back out into neutral ice. So Alexandria has to regroup. They are 1 minute into this major power play opportunity. Again, Brainerd with a 2-1 lead over the Cardinals here at the Runestone Community Center. Cardinals play the puck back into the Brainerd end. Grady Olson trying to do some work along the wall. Evan Klimick is going to get in as well. Now it comes back to Nick Schultz. Then Grady Olson has it. Now down underneath. Here's a backhander and a goal! and Alexandria is going to tie the score here in the third period. And I think Charlie Besson is going to get the backhander. That's worth another look for our viewers on YouTube. Our instant replay being presented by Quality Real Estate. So the Alexandria Cardinals do get on the board at the 12:07 mark. Charlie Besson will get the equalizer for Alexandria. And 2 assists will be awarded, 1 to Grady Olson and 1 to Nick Schultz.
Yeah, and that's just getting down into the house and getting it close to the goaltender. And just a good play there by Basson to get in front. He saw an opening. Brainerd left so much space there for Basson, and he took advantage of it. And Alexandria, they're getting rewarded for some really good power play time tonight.
And now Alexandria continues on the power play. Here's a one-timer by Aaron Anderson that sails over the net along the back wall. Now the Cardinals try to play it out top, and it gets sent out of the zone. Again, with a major power play, the Brainerd Warrior player in the box, Ryan Heinlein, has to serve the full 5 minutes. Now the Cardinals work in. Here's Cameron O'Shea trying to slide it across, and I believe the puck went up to the side of the net where it's frozen by Bartholomew, and we'll have another face-off coming up. And JP, with Alexandria possessing all this power play time, the shots on goal has really swung in favor of the hosts here.
Yeah, it has. And Alexandria, they're getting good chances, though. They're not just, the first period we talked a little bit about the power play. They were getting shots, just not a whole lot significant. Right now, they're getting down to that nitty-gritty area, and they're getting really good chances.
Now the Cardinals win the face-off. Here's a centering attempt in front, and Bartholomew is able to get away from the goal line and cover the puck up, as Alexandria, I think, may have had Evan Klimek right across trying to get that centering pass, but Bartholomew's intercepted.
Yeah, Brainerd, again, is just giving a lot of space in front of their netminder right now, and it's hurting them.
And now the face-off, a bouncing puck, and it's going to be taken here. Axton Peterson is going to clear it the other way. We go under 4 minutes remaining in regulation time. It's Alexandria 2, Brainerd 2. The Cardinals have never led in tonight's game. Grady Olson skates back with the puck into the Brainerd zone, and then he plays it along the wall, and it's not kept in. Nick Schultz back to retrieve it here. Still about 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go on this major penalty to Ryan Heinlein of Brainerd. Grady Olson, or actually it's Suki sending it off. Now Grady Olson has the puck back. Now it comes to Schultz, then over. Here's a shot tipped in front of the net. Charlie Basson was camped in front, but the Cardinals get it back. Grady Olson now in front, and locating the puck here is Basson, and now it came off his stick, and it's going to be played over and cycled around. Now Will Thornburg will play it for Alexandria. Then it comes out, and the Cardinals are not able to keep it in. They'll have to get back onside. We're now 14 minutes into this third period, under 3 remaining in regulation time. Now a centering attempt. Brainerd intercepts and will play it back the other way. Down to about 1:25 remaining in Alexandria's power play. Again, this is a 5-minute major, and the full 5 minutes need to be served. The Cardinals have gotten 1 power play goal to tie it. They're hoping for 1 more to get the first lead of the night. And now the Cardinals turn it over in their own end, and Nick Schultz able to get the puck back for Alexandria. He's going to send it over to Grady Suki, then back to Schultz, now to Aaron Anderson. He'll cross in. Now Cameron O'Shea has it. He tumbles a little bit. Brainerd chips the puck back to neutral ice. Now it's going to be played by Hudson Carlson ahead to Aaron Anderson. And now Brainerd intercepts at its blue line, and Gage Germanson will feed it the other way.
Scary chance, or a scary bouncing puck there, but well controlled by Grady Locke.
And now we go under 2 minutes remaining. Alexandria and Brainerd tied 2-2. Here is Carlson carrying the puck in. Hudson Carlson in the left corner. Now Grady Olson's going to try to do some work along the wall. Now Miles Breitzman has it back behind the net, trying to feed in front. A one-timer, and a save is made as Grady Olson pulled the trigger there. But Griffin Bartholomew was able to be tall to the task. And now we're going to have a stoppage as Jared Johnson, the Brainerd Warriors head coach, is going to take his team's timeout. And we're going to keep it right here. It allows us to let you know that you're listening to tonight's high school boys hockey coverage on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM. We have live audio through the Voice of Alexandria app, powered by Mission Mechanical, Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. And we do thank you for watching our coverage tonight, as we're available on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. The large majority of our regular season games all throughout the 2024-25 school year will be available for you to view live through the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Check that out the next time you're on YouTube. Maybe you're on there right now. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, please do so. And then you will get periodic updates when we've got events on the air, such as next Tuesday's boys hockey matchup here at the Runestone Community Center when Alexandria faces Sartell. We're tied at 2 with 1:39 to go in regulation time. 20 seconds remaining in Alexandria's power play. Charlie Basson will battle Dylan Wyckoff for the draw, and Brainerd comes away with it, and the Warriors will send it back the other way. Our JV game saw overtime earlier tonight, and we are about 88 seconds away from seeing overtime in the varsity game as well. A breakout by Alexandria. Grady Olson sends it up to Basson. Both teams now at full strength into the slot area. Here's the shot whistled wide, and now the Warriors get it back. 70 seconds to go in regulation time. Alexandria regains control. Pass pushed ahead off the stick of Evan Klimek. Klimek in deep, centering in front, but the Warriors intercept. Now here's Brainerd's Richie Pyle playing it back out to neutral ice, and now it's slowed up by Alexandria. Grady Olson gets it back now to Grady Suki. Now a rink-wide pass ahead into the offensive zone for Will Thornburg. He's doing some work along the wall here. Brainerd gets it back. Dylan Wyckoff will feed it up into the neutral zone for Pyle. Now it's going to be played the other way by Jacob Nicholson for the Alexandria Cardinals. Now the puck cycling around, and I think it went out of play. And we'll have a stoppage here with 26.9 seconds to go in regulation time.
And it was Brainerd who did send that puck out, so this is a huge chance for Alexandria to get a face-off win and get a couple of good chances here with 26 seconds remaining.
Miles Breitzman will battle for the draw against the Warriors' Cooper Katzenberger. And Alexandria wins the draw. Suki fired, but it went a little bit wide. Brainerd will try to play the rebound back out to the neutral zone. Now it comes the other way. Suki back to defend against Cooper Katzenberger. And now the scramble along the wall. We're down to the final 10 seconds to go in regulation time. Alexandria gains control of the puck. And it looks like our spectators will not yet see free hockey, as I believe we had a shot from beyond the blue line there, and the save is made by the goaltender Griffin Bartholomew. I almost threw the DMAC jinx of promising overtime there.
Well, there is enough time to get one really quick draw.
Yeah, it would almost have to be a one-timer off the face-off.
It would have to have someone on the top of the circle there, and
Charlie Basson and Dylan Wyckoff battling for the draw. Actually, it's it is Basson and Wyckoff, and the third period comes to an end, and we will have extra hockey here at the Runestone Community Center.
For the second time in a row for our broadcast.
Yep. Tied at 2 at the end of regulation time. So they will put 8 minutes up on the clock before the overtime session begins. Alexandria, after having 18 shots in the first 2 periods, put 15 on the board in the third. Brainerd had just 5 shots on goal. Keep in mind, one of those was a penalty shot, and that is one of the Brainerd goals. We have not had a 5-on-5 goal in tonight's game. 3 power play goals, 2 for Alexandria, 1 for Brainerd, and then the Warriors were able to score on the penalty shot, so that's almost like a power play goal. And 2-2 is the score at the end of regulation time.
Yeah, we almost just had that feeling. I mean, we talked about it in the first period. This game just felt like it was going to come down to special teams, and well, that's the only time that they've scored here tonight. So staying disciplined even in this overtime period, I mean, that's going to be huge. But taking this period here, and Alexandria with going into, going back here on Tuesday after Thanksgiving, coming back here with a win in the books. It would feel a lot better than 0-3 going against Sartell. And Alexandria's just got to continue this pressure. They have the momentum, obviously. I mean, they're coming. They've scored twice here, or they've scored the goal here in the third period. They've scored twice. They won the period, and the only other goal that was scored from Brainerd was a penalty shot. So you take that away, and Alexandria's going away, obviously. I mean, you could say that about any goal, but you take that penalty shot away, and Alexandria had full control in that period.
Yeah, according to the official stats, 16-5 was the shots on goal advantage for the Cardinals in the third period. So Alexandria +6 in the shots on goal entering the overtime. Brainerd will put the first shot on Alexandria goaltender Grady Locke to start the extra period. Now, as you watch on YouTube, the goaltenders have switched, so Alexandria is now flowing left to right on your screen if you're watching the broadcast here on the YouTube channel. Brainerd will play the puck the other way, and we're going to have icing on the Warriors. Brainerd starts the extra session here with Chad King and Logan Chiradelli as the two defensive partners, and now you'll have the Rowan Plested, Weston Heron line with Ryan Heinlein out on the ice. The Cardinals counter with the line of Grady Olson. Also Evan Klimek and Will Thornburg. Shot comes out to Hudson Carlson, who fires, and that one got tipped. Now a centering a pass in front for Grady Olson, and that one got tipped wide. Olson tracking it down. Alexandria trying to work the puck out front. Brainerd will chip it back the other way. Nick Schultz will go back to play it. He is the other D partner along with Hudson Carlson on the ice. And now it's a turnover, and Brainerd gets a shot on, and the save is made. And now the Cardinals will look to redirect out of the zone. Brainerd's going to play it back down low, though. We're now a minute into the overtime, still tied at 2. Next goal is a game winner. If we don't have any scoring in 8 minutes of game time, this game will end up a tie. Now the puck back into the Brainerd end. Here is Evan Klimek. He tried to feed in front, and now we're going to have a whistle, and play's going to be stopped. Evidently, an Alexandria player is going to head to the bench here. I believe that's going to be Evan Klimek, just to maybe change some gear.
Well, I don't know how, but his face mask came off of his helmet.
Oh, my goodness.
So that was why the whistle. I don't know if a stick got up there or if a screw just broke, but
wow.
Yeah, they in high school hockey, you obviously can't have a no shield or no face mask.
So the neutral zone face-off is won by Alexandria. Cardinals try to push it ahead. Cameron O'Shea will backhand it into the right corner. Brainerd breaks out. Here's an odd man rush. Up the left side, Xander Peterson tried to drop it off, and a nice stop there by Grady Suki. Now a pass the other way. O'Shea working in, and he had some space, but Drew Hokinson breaks that up. And now we come back into the neutral zone. So really some quick end-to-end action there for both sides. Now it's going to be Sam Joslin steering the puck into the Warriors' end, and it comes right on the goaltender, and play will be stopped, and that means a face-off coming up in the offensive zone. Looks like the Charlie Basson forward line is going to come onto the ice. Aaron Anderson and Owen Klimek will join them. And they're joined on the ice by D partners Hudson Carlson and Nick Schultz. Off the faceoff, Aaron Anderson's shot goes a little bit wide. Now Anderson will look to fire again. That one's over into the right corner. We've played a little more than 2 minutes of overtime here. Brainerd will ice the puck, and we're going to come back into the Brainerd Warriors zone. JP, is this a sign that the Warriors might be getting a little fatigued and just want to relieve the stress by icing the puck?
Yeah, they're just getting pressured right now. Alexandria has all the momentum. They have all the pressure right now. If I'm a Brainerd coach, though, that drives me crazy on a 2-on-1 trying to get through the defender there. So if you're Brainerd, you're really disappointed with that chance missed.
Now Hudson Carlson plays the puck back up into neutral ice, and now coming in is Olaf Aus, and the defenseman takes the shot, and a glove save here for the goaltender Grady Locke. Locke making his second start in his senior year for Alexandria. His net-minding counterpart, Griffin Bartholomew, playing his first varsity game as a starter tonight.
Yeah, and these two goalies have played excellent. They've kept both their teams in the game here tonight. We're in overtime because of these two netminders, and I'll always be biased with goalies, but it's truly that way. It's just two goalies that are playing really well and it look like they're both getting comfortable in the varsity level.
And now Alexandria wins the draw. Grady Suki will play the puck out. Comes up ahead off the stick of Thornburg, then back to Suki. Now into the Brainerd zone. The Warriors trying to play it out, and it's going to be dumped back in and then knocked down. Brainerd able to play the puck back to neutral ice. Richie Pyle trying to control it here for the Warriors. Now Olaf Oss will come in to take it. And Oss will skate across center ice. Now feed to Chad King, and he'll drop it in. Brainerd will change personnel here, getting a couple of different defensive partners in. Now the Warriors trying to work with the puck in the Alexandria zone. We're a little more than 3 minutes into the overtime. Tied at 2 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Jeff James unavailable to be with us tonight. It's J.P. Boleen and myself, Dave McClurg, with the broadcast coverage. Now the puck along the wall. Brainerd trying to work it forward, and Alexandria will steer the puck back the other way. It won't go far enough for icing, so defenseman Logan Chiridelli will have to go back and play it. Chiridelli now crossing into the Alexandria end. The Cardinals intercept. Nick Schultz has it. Now he pushes it up into neutral ice. Alexandria will try to get moving. Cameron O'Shea trying to weave his way through. Puck steered by Bartholomew off to the right, and the Warriors will clear the zone. We're now halfway through a full 8-minute overtime. Next goal is a game winner for either side. Tied at 2 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard between Brainerd and Alexandria. Now the Warriors try to play the puck out, and it goes out of play. And that means a face-off coming up in the Warrior zone. Alexandria is going to have the Miles Breitzman, Jacob Nicholson, Cameron O'Shea forward line on the ice right now. They are joined by defensive partners Hudson Carlson and Sam Jocelyn. Brainerd will counter. It looks like Cooper Katzenberger's line is out on the ice right now. I believe Axton Peterson also helping to be part of that forward line along with Tate Oyam. Now we've got a Warrior draw 1, and Axton Peterson comes back the other way, and a kick save here for the goaltender Locke. Now a centering attempt, and that got broken up. Steered the other way here by Hudson Carlson. Up ahead to Nicholson. Alexandria skates onside. Nicholson trying to drop it down low. Miles Breitzman back behind the net. Now Thornburg trying to bring it out front. Here's a shot. Knocked down in traffic. Brainerd is going to clear it away. Katzenberger will sweep it out of the zone. Back to play it is Jocelyn for Alexandria. We're about to move under 3 minutes remaining in overtime. A length pass up the floor. Now Alexandria's got it. Here's a shot right into the goaltender. Bartholomew says Owen Klimek was bidding for the game winner himself.
Yeah, that was a great save, just squeezing that in the armpit for Bartholomew. Boy, I hope I can get his name right here.
Yeah. Well, we'll get plenty of practice. He's a sophomore. So.
Yeah, well, we'll see him in the future. But yeah, he's been really good here in this period, and right now it's a game-saving save.
Face-off will be coming up to Bartholomew's right. Dylan Wyckoff will battle for the draw against the Alexandria Cardinals' Charlie Basson. Off the face-off, the Cardinals do get a shot, but it's going to be tipped a little bit wide. Rebound comes out of the zone. Grady Suki back to play it. Now to Nick Schultz, sent ahead toward Owen Klimek. He'll slide the puck back into the Brainerd end. Now the Cardinals get a turnover. Save made by Bartholomew. Now it's kept in by Nick Schultz. Feeding it across. Basson trying for the game winner. That got blocked. Brainerd's going to redirect it the other way. I believe it hopped over the stick of the Warrior player. And they're going to rule that Brainerd did touch the puck, so no icing here. Now Schultz back for it for the Alexandria Cardinals. And now a near turnover here as one of the players, and now another near turnover, but the Cardinals fortunately get the puck out of the zone and will end up icing it. all of a sudden, JP, it seemed like that puck was tough to handle in the defensive end.
Yeah, and I mean, you're going on a period and a half here, so the ice is going to get a little choppy. It's going to get a little snowy, as a lot of skates have been shredding it up here in the period, but Alexandria is just, it takes patience to get a good breakout, and they just got to, take a deep breath in those moments. I know Brainerd's pressuring, but got to get a clean breakout.
Now Alexandria wins the draw, and here comes Grady Olson sending it ahead, trying to connect with Will Thornburg in the Brainerd zone. Now back behind the net. Here's a wraparound attempt on the shot by Evan Klimek, and that got stopped. Now the puck retrieved by Brainerd. The Warriors trying to play it out, and the Warriors chip it into the Alexandria bench. So that will mean a face-off in Brainerd's end. Shots on goal now for the night, 38 for Alexandria and 32 for Brainerd. So the Warriors in the overtime have a total of 4 shots on goal. Alexandria, I believe, has a total of 5. So face-off will be coming up to the left of Bartholomew as Will Thornburg trying to win the draw here, but Brainerd comes away with it and plays the puck back into the neutral zone. Nick Schultz trying to steer it ahead. Dylan Wyckoff has it. His shot got blocked. That was Schultz with the blocked shot. Now another rebound. That gets blocked. Breakout pass. Thornburg up the right side. He's got room. Takes the shot. Save made. Rebound. Goal! And the Alexandria Cardinals are a winner in the Central Lakes Conference opener. Oh my, the follow-up is good for Alexandria. And the only lead for the Cardinals is at the end of the night, as Alexandria will get the game winner. I know Grady Olson took the initial shot, and then one of his teammates was able to come in. Let's see if we can get the Quali Real Estate instant replay here. And it may have been Nicholson with the game winner there on the follow-up. First shot was stopped. It was the rebound that ended up being the game winner. And I think maybe it's going to be Evan Klimek with the game winner. That is now confirmed. Yep. Evan Klimek with the game-winning goal at 6:34 of the overtime. 2 assists on the play. One will be for Grady Olson, and one will be for Will Thornburg.
So, I mean, that William Thornburg had a really good game. He was noticeable throughout the night. Just with his speed, he was creating stuff like that. It was a turnover at center ice. He moved into a 2-on-1 situation. He did the right thing. In my opinion, I love 2-on-1s where you shoot for a rebound. When you shoot, better things can happen. And it proved to be that way. And it was a perfect shot onto the pad right to Klimek, and he's not going to miss an open net like that. So really good job by Alexandria. They were really in control throughout the throughout the third and that overtime period, and they proved victorious. And now they got a win here going into the Thanksgiving break.
Yep, good way to wrap up for the Alexandria Cardinals as Evan Klimek, the junior, gets the game-winning goal at 6:34 of the overtime. Assists on the play again for Will Thornburg and for Grady Olson. And the only time Alexandria leads tonight is at the end. The Cardinals are an overtime winner by a final of 3-2. That's going to wrap things up for the play-by-play, but don't go anywhere. I'm about to head downstairs to visit with one of the Alexandria Cardinal players as part of our Juttner Motors post-game report, after we take this time out to hear a few words from our Cardinal Sports Booster.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
You've seen them, craved them. You've voted them the best. Their Smoke and Brews and Q's get their unreal smoked barbecue for catering, drop-offs, or events.
Hi, this is Schmitty from Smoke and Brews and Q's. Our obsession is the meat. Our passion is what makes it great.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing.
America's best checking for students. Visit www.bell.bank/student checking to learn more. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Pomp's Tire Service has solutions for tired tires. Whatever your tire choice, make Pomp's your choice. Brakes, wheel alignments, factory maintenance, shocks, and struts. Pomp's has your service needs covered. Pomp's, we know tires and service. You should know Pomp's.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Premier Collision guarantees your full satisfaction. From a simple dent to major bodywork, Premier Collision will fix your vehicle right. Stop by for a free estimate or go to premiercollisionmn.com. Premier Collision, excellent results, a friendly attitude, and fair prices.
Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers for 30 years, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings, quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building.
Feel confident. Feel inspired. Embrace your...
Okay, very good. So I'll have plenty of time to practice, both of your names. So.
Sounds good.
At the Runestone Community Center tonight, it turns out to be a happy ending for the Alexandria Cardinal boys hockey team. The Cardinals never led during regulation time, and the only time Alexandria led was when our post-game guest got the game winner. Alexandria prevails by a final of 3-2 in the extra session. We welcome you to our Jutner Motors post-game report. JP Boline is upstairs in the press box. He's doing the videography work on our YouTube channel. He will be joining me during our next segment, but I head downstairs here to visit with our Quality Toyota Cardinal athlete player of tonight's game. He would end up scoring the game-winning goal. It is junior Evan Klemick. Our feature is being brought to you by Quality Toyota of Fergus Falls. How far would you drive for a great deal from Quality Toyota? What's your number? The next time you're in the community of Fergus Falls, you can check out their showroom located on West Lincoln Avenue. You can also visit anytime online at qualitytoyota.net. And Evan, first of all, it's great to be visiting with you for the first time. Hopefully I'll have the pleasure of doing that a couple of times more before your prep career is done. For those that are not watching on YouTube tonight for our post-game report, if they're listening to the game on the radio or through the app, what is your number when you are working on game night?
I am number 21. And
okay, very good. Is that a number that you chose, or was that assigned to you?
So I used to play with a line mate named Evan Anderson, and he passed down the number 21, and I got to inherit it from him, and I'm just thankful that he gave it to me.
That's very good. It's nice to know a little bit about the backstory. Of course, Evan had a terrific career here in Alexandria. I had the opportunity to see a number of his games, but you're off and rolling here in the 2024-25 season. I want to ask you a little bit about the sequence that led to the game-winning goal. First of all, it's exciting anytime you score, but what can you say about the perseverance for you and your team in general as to why you got the game won? Because again, you were playing from behind most of the night.
Yeah, we were behind most of the game, actually the entire game, but we erased that from our minds, and it was 0-0 the entire game, and we kept bouncing back after they scored, and we never stayed back or anything when we weren't scared, and we got the job done.
Evan, are you able to talk a little bit in particular about your scoring play? Because obviously it was the one that put Alexandria into the win column. What was your kind of action on the ice there as you were seeing things unfold?
So, I saw Will going down the wall, and I thought, I need to get to the net. So, I was waiting for him to shoot, and I thought he was going to score off his shot, but thankfully, the rebound came right onto my tape, and I was able to finish. I got very lucky, and I was in the right place at the right time.
Yep, and obviously it results in a game winner. What was that celebration like as it seemed like you were being dogpiled right along the back wall there?
So much fun. We had a long time coming for our first W, and it couldn't have imagined it another way. It was just great. Everything was great. Everything panned out the way that it should have. So.
You know, Evan, it's now been 3 games that your team has played to start the 2024-25 season. Obviously, you came out on the short end in the first 2 games, I think scoring 5 goals in those first 2 games. Did anything happen here differently against Brainerd that may not have happened in the games last week against Bemidji and against Orono?
Yeah, we played with confidence. Our younger guys stepped up, and they played throughout the entire game, and we played the full 3 periods. We didn't back off, take a period off or anything. So I think that's what helped us win the game. And
We are getting together here with Evan Klimek, our quality Toyota Cardinal athlete player of tonight's game. He would score the game-winning goal at 6 minutes and 34 seconds of the overtime as Alexandria gets the 3-2 victory over the Brainerd Warriors. And Evan, I know that it seemed like you and your teammates were coming out flying at the outset, and then it seemed like Brainerd had some momentum for a good share of the game. But then in the second period intermission, I know your team is down by 1, but you got that power play to carry over into the third period. Are you able to share maybe some of what the conversation was like in the locker room before you came out to start the third?
Yeah, we needed to build up our energy in the locker room, and it started there. We started cheering each other up, and as soon as we got on the ice, we knew we needed to do something, and a goal right away that built up the momentum for us, and we just kept rolling, and we didn't let their goal bring us down or anything, and we bounced right back.
Yeah, that's true, because Brainerd seemed to get some momentum back with that penalty shot, but then it just seemed like you and your teammates were working really hard. Is that another byproduct of the confidence level going up?
Yeah, our younger guys are stepping up. Everyone was confident. We knew we had this. We just had to compete through the entire game, and we knew we were going to win it if we kept competing, which that's something that we need to work on and get better at, competing the full 3 periods. And that's what helped us win this game tonight.
Are you able to talk a little bit about the energy level once you do get to overtime? Because it seemed like, and I know you and your teammates were working hard, Brainerd's kids were working hard as well, but maybe I'm a little bit biased. I thought your team had a little more energy in the overtime than did Brainerd. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, we definitely came out in overtime. We wanted to win this one. We've been waiting to get our first win, and now hopefully we can get it rolling and keep this season going with wins.
Evan, I know that you've got some reinforcements that are going to be coming in probably as early as next week. 3 of your hockey teammates during the winter time, they were playing down at US Bank Stadium on Saturday. What do you feel the impact of Aiden Schneiderhan and Trey Peffer and Brody Berg rejoining the team? They'll be in skates hopefully in about a week or so, but what impact are they going to have to the overall effort and success of this team?
Yeah, they'll bring leadership to this team, which we need it, and they'll lead by example, by how hard they work, and they'll just show us by what they do on and off the ice. So.
Of course, you've got the A on your jersey, which stands for, I believe, alternate captain or something along that lines. When you're bestowed with that honor, Evan, how does that make you feel?
I'm super grateful. It's an honor, and I'm super happy that the coaches see me as a leader for this team.
1 or 2 other questions before we wrap things up. expectations for the year. Of course, I enjoy following all different Alexandria Cardinal sports, and I'll look forward to seeing your team several times during the winter. But as fans, what can we expect out of the Alexandria Cardinals if you were to point out some of the things that you feel are essential for a successful year? What would they be?
I think that we're going to come prepared to every game and show up ready, and I think that we're going to have a lot of downs throughout the season, but we're always going to bounce back harder than we were before. And we're a young and inexperienced team, which brings a lot of negatives to this team, but that also brings positives. I mean, once they get up to pace and used to this hockey, that I think that they'll really help our team out, and yeah.
Excellent. Evan, I'll talk to you a little bit when we get into the break here, but big props to you on getting the game-winning goal. Obviously a memorable night for you. Yeah. Best wishes. Have a happy Thanksgiving. I wish that to your family as well, and we'll see you at the rink next Tuesday.
Yeah, thank you.
There is Evan Klimek, our Quality Toyota Cardinal Athlete player of tonight's game. He scores the game winner at 6:34 of the overtime as Alexandria's only lead of the night comes at the end. The Cardinals beat Brainerd in the extra session by a final of 3-2. This is our post-game report brought to you by Jartner Motors of Alexandria. We're going to take another break and then we'll go inside the numbers and wrap up our coverage after this timeout.
Jartner Motors, your best price dealer. Make your Jartner Motors your best price dealer.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
What's your number?
I drove 60 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota. I drove 45 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Welcome back to the Runestone Community Center, where the Alexandria Cardinals have gained an overtime victory by a final score of 3-2. DMAC and JP Boleen. JP filling in for Jeff James as my on-air broadcast partner tonight. So double duty for him as he was operating the video camera for our YouTube coverage as well. Scoring recap here. Dylan Wyckoff scored the first goal of the game on the power play at the 10:18 mark. Xander Peterson and Chad King got the assists, and it was 1-0, and that score actually stayed until the third period. And then the Cardinals tied it up. Brainerd took the lead almost right away after that on a penalty shot, and then the Cardinals got a power play goal later on in the third period. The first power play goal was scored by Grady Olson, and there was an assist on that to Charlie Basson, and that occurred at the 26-second mark of the third to tie it up. And then a penalty was called on the Alexandria Cardinals, tripping on a breakaway opportunity. So that left Brainerd with the opportunity to score a penalty shot, and the Warriors were able to convert. Now, they indicated here on the official scoring stats that it was Richie Pyle getting the goal, but one of the beneficial things about YouTube is I can go back and look at the YouTube feed and indeed confirm whether or not it was Richie Pyle. It looked to me like it was Dylan Wyckoff was the one that got the goal, and that would have been his second of the night if indeed that was the case. And then the Cardinals would then get the game even at the 12:07 mark of the third period, as Alexandria was operating on a 5-minute power play, and the Cardinals did get one, and that was the equalizer by Charlie Basson, his second goal of the year. Grady Olson and Nick Schultz got the assists, and then the teams went to overtime, and Alexandria was able to outshoot Brainerd in the extra session 7-5. Turnover in a neutral ice by Brainerd, led for an opportunity by Will Thornburg. His shot got stopped by the goaltender Griffin Bartholomew, but as Evan Klimek shared with us as part of our post-game report, puck came his way, and he felt fortunate to bury it, and he gets to celebrate a game-winning overtime goal at the 6-minute, 34-second mark to make the final score 3-2. Alexandria would outshoot Brainerd on the night 40-32. So Bartholomew, making his first varsity start for Brainerd, ends up making 37 saves. And senior Grady Locke gets his first win of the season between the pipes. He stopped 30 of the 32 shots that came his way. JP Boline, obviously a great environment for you to be in. You always enjoy watching prep hockey. And what are your thoughts after Alexandria earns the 3-2 victory?
Yeah, I mean, they made adjustments. That's my biggest takeaway from tonight is this is a young team, and they made adjustments throughout the game. That shows me that they're coachable. I mean, we look at the first period power plays. They had an opportunity seconds into the opening game, and they were getting shots on the power play, but it was perimeter shots. And as a goaltender, that's what you want. That's what you want the other team to be taking. And when you're on the power play, you just got to make sure that you're finding the happy medium between too many shots that are just shots that aren't worth taking, or not enough shots, too much passing. And I think they found that throughout the game, and especially in the third period. They looked like the better team in the third period. They went from the second period where it was all Brainerd. Brainerd looked in that period like the better team, and go to the third period. Alexandria just adjusted. They played well. They dominated. They pressured, and they were just simply the better team in the third period, and they finally got their first win. Just shout out to Grady Locke too. I mean, you let him 6 goals in your first varsity game. That doesn't feel good. You played a really good team, and then you go into this game where Alec and Brainerd, no matter what the team's records are, you always want to beat Brainerd, and they're a AA team. It's not easy beating AA teams. They did that here tonight, and it was thanks to Grady Locke as well, who was excellent in net. He was calm. He was poised and made a lot of big saves for the Cardinals, and that should just add some confidence. Goaltender it's 90% mental, and when you're a young goaltender in the varsity level, it's hard to find that momentum sometimes if you're getting a lot of shots and you're playing good teams right away. I mean, I went through that my sophomore year as well. It was hard to find some momentum sometimes, but once you have one game where it clicks. And I think tonight, hopefully for Grady, that could have been tonight because he faced a lot of good shots. This Brainerd team, they weren't bad. I mean, this was a team that could skate. They got a lot of good shots. They were physical. As I mentioned before the game, they brought in a new coach this year that used to play for the Minnesota Wild, and he was known for his physicality. And Chris Stewart played a long time in the NHL. He was a physical guy who was a power forward who would fight. I think that showed here for Brainerd here tonight. It kind of brought that physicality, and they've got size. And Alexandria Alexandria sped by them. I mean, they were a faster team, and they made more adjustments than Brainerd did.
It turns out, Alexandria got into some penalty issues in the first period, but it seemed like as the game wore on, I know they had a minor for slashing in the second period, and then the tripping call that led to the penalty shot. But as it turns out, Brainerd ended up having more time served in the penalty box did Alexandria. I think the fact that the Cardinals got more power play opportunities, obviously that worked into the storyline of an Alexandria win.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, we said it right from the beginning. This is a game that's going to come down to special teams, and that's exactly what it did. I mean, it was all power play goals other than the game winner, including a penalty shot as well, which goes under the category of special teams. So, it was just well executed power play time for Alexandria, who spent a lot of offensive zone time on the power plays in the third period. Didn't score on all of them, but scored on the big ones, especially the 5-minute at the end. I mean, that was a huge moment for Alexandria to take advantage and tie the game. They did just that, and it showed tonight that they're able to play a good special teams game. They were decent on the penalty kill. They didn't give Brainerd much of a chance. I know Brainerd scored one on the first goal here on the power play, but after that they really suffocated Brainerd's power play. And Alexandria just like I keep saying, it's just they made adjustments, which is so impressive for a young team to be able to be coachable. And I don't know what was said in the locker room, if anything. A lot of times, not a lot is said. It's the captains that talk. And, they came out and they changed the way that they were playing because it wasn't their game in the second period. And they came out in the third and they were dominant.
Yeah, fortunately, a game does not end at the end of the second period. In our broadcast, that is basically the middle point of the game as we have our mid-game report after period number 2. But all is well at the end of the night. And congratulations as well to Dr. Landon Olson on getting his first victory as varsity head coach of the Alexandria Cardinals. They get the victory in overtime 3-2. That leaves Alexandria at 1-0 in the Central Lakes Conference, 1-2 overall, while Brainerd falls to 0-1 in the CLC, now with a record of 0-3. JP, first of all, thank you very much for doing the double duty tonight. Actually, a triple duty because you were floor director to get our Jutner Motors postgame report underway while I could go downstairs. But terrific work on the video once again, and thanks for the commentary. And I guess our trial run for spring was a success tonight.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun. Anytime I can sit here and talk about hockey, I will bore you.
No, never aboard to hear from JP Boline. And by the way, I believe you got double duty tomorrow. You're doing your regular show on Z99 in the morning, so you can wake up with JP there, and then you get to go over to the Classic Rocker for a little while. I do need to get we're probably driving Steve D back at the studio crazy right now because he's got extracurricular activity that he would like to be involved with. Your thoughts on Led Zeppelin?
It's Led Zeppelin. It's there. It's music and it's rock and roll. I work on a pop station, DMAC. I'll fill in, and I like the music a lot, but I don't have a whole lot of insight. You're on Led Zeppelin.
Well, that's probably good. Being neutral on Led Zeppelin's an insult to Steve D back at the station. So Led Zeppelin is far and away his favorite group. I want to say Pink Floyd's probably top 3 as well. But if you were to savage Led Zeppelin, he'd probably give you demerits. So
okay, yeah, no ill will. I'll say it's the best band of all time. There we go.
Well, it's the best band you've heard tonight.
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Anyway, JP, we'll catch your stuff in the morning, but thank you very much.
Well, thank you. This is a lot of fun.
JP Boleen filling in for Jeff James as our broadcast commentator tonight, along with myself for our Alexandria boys hockey broadcast. Again, Jeff James a little bit under the weather, but he will be back with us next Tuesday night for our next play-by-play broadcast, which ironically will come here at the Runestone Community Center. Alexandria hosting the Central Lakes Conference champion Sartell Sabres, at least the defending league champions, going into 2024-25. And it'll be a homecoming of sorts for Ryan Hacker. Of course, Ryan was a Jefferson High School of Alexandria graduate, so he played a lot of hockey, as did some of his brothers in the Alexandria program over the years. But Coach Hacker will bring a Sartell team to Alexandria next Tuesday night. We plan on taking air with our Jartner Motors pregame show around 6:40, and the play-by-play will follow at approximately 7 o'clock, assuming we don't have a backup due to overtime in the JV game. Overtime ended up a 2-2 tie in the junior varsity matchup, but we did get a winner in the varsity game. Alexandria prevails by a final of 3-2 in OT on Evan Clemmix, first goal of the year, which happens to be a game winner. My thanks to all of the sponsors that helped to bring you our broadcast. Special thanks to Jartner Motors for presenting our post-game report. For our studio engineer, Steve D., and for my broadcast partner this evening, JP Boleen, this is DMAC, Dave McClurg. A very happy Thanksgiving to you and yours, and good night from the Runestone Community Center in Alexandria.